almost done.
Could you pull that camera back, please, sir?
Thank you for the coffee. This is excellent,
Beautiful.
as always.
Oh my God!
You
Perfect.
spoil me.
Perfect. Or eat.
You spoil or eat. Oh
Yeah, I guess it could go a little bit more towards you. We don't want to miss you. Yeah, that's good. Right there. Beautiful. Never seen anything better.
More news week than last.
Than last, yeah, definitely. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, I'll get into it. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 931.
What?
The Squawkabilly Podcast.
Ooh, baby Billy.
Mom Brain, would you tell us about what are you eating there? A cheese pita?
Cheese on
a cheetah?
Yeah, cheese on naan
Because
I need to go grocery shopping.
Nina? Tell us about Squawkabilly.
It's on
please.
naan. Is it on anything at all?
Get ready, guys. It's gonna be a good one.
Goodbye, everybody.
I don't even know what that means.
Your spiders and your flies tell you that
Your
nothing else
own
funny?
joke? You don't know what it means?
Yeah.
Non-existent?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah, we got it.
We good?
None your business.
By the way, just comment on the idea that this man eats nothing but cheese sandwiches. You sit down with cheese on naan, and he's like, "Oh, what is that you're eating?" Oh,
I thought it was more like just
Like-
surprised to
Maybe
see
you
you eat
I
those.
agree.
Thank you. Yes.
That is how I took it.
Maybe another 20 years, you'll understand my tone. Yeah, I was like excited. It's
I'll
not
be lucky
that's
if
not
I'm
what I
around.
usually say. Wow. Mom Brain, please, Squawkabilly.
Squawkabilly.
Squawkabilly. These Pokemon prefer to live in cities. They form flocks based on the color of their feathers, and they fight
Squawks.
over territory.
Mm.
They form squawks.
Sure. They're 2 feet tall, 5 pounds. They're male and female, and the category is, of course, parrot. Shrock.
You were looking for something, yeah.
Rock. Rock. Abilities include
Metal.
intimidate,
Rock corn.
cantaloupe,
Cantaloupe. Carrot.
parrots,
Rockcorn.
brockcorn.
This is a terminally online discussion we're having right now. So if you're not always on the internet, then you got no idea what we're doing.
Abilities include intimidate. When the Pokemon enters a battle, it intimidates opposing Pokemon and makes them cower, lowering their attack stats. And hustle, which boosts the Pokemon's attack stat, but lowers its accuracy. And this, my friends, is the end of our Pokemon section.
What do you got there? That Walmart cheddar?
Yeah.
You find it disappointing?
Yep.
I know, right?
Mhm.
It's not. It's like it's there. It's not doing much. Hello. Well, let's do this. Hello, Mom Brain. How are you?
I'm really great.
You had a great your favorite kind of day where you get really, really sweaty and hot doing manual labor. Not a lie about
Mhm.
any of that.
Mhm.
You
Outside.
were in your element.
I was gross.
Ew.
I stunk. I was
And that was before she
filthy.
stepped out the door.
I was filthy top to bottom. So I came in and took a shower just in time for the podcast. Which is why I'm eating a sandwich right now, because
Why not eat it in the shower?
I'm ew. But you know,
Everybody was talking about eating that orange in the shower and how great that is. Maybe a cheese naan is good in the shower too.
I gave,
Who's eating oranges in the shower?
Oh, this is years ago. It was a big thing about like eat an orange in the shower. It's like it makes it more delicious and it's a primal experience, and you don't got to worry about where all the juice is going because you're in the shower. So Mom Brain did it, and she was like, "It's not bad. It's not bad."
I once, after a very, very, very long run, like 18 miles, I was very cold. And I couldn't decide which need to meet first. Like, do I heat myself up or do I fill my stomach? So I ate a pork roll, egg, and cheese in the shower.
Oh my God, that's the greatest story I've ever heard.
And that's the most New Jersey story I've ever heard.
Holy cow! Well, minus the shower.
Well, that's true. That's true. It would have been a horse bath. So it just would have been like a wet rag under the important
Like, I
parts.
can't pick. I'm so cold. I'm so hungry. I'm
Truck
just gonna
stop
get
wash
in.
up.
It was great.
Yeah, that's the best pork roll egg
Did
and
you have
cheese.
to make it, or you bought
I
it? Something?
picked it up on my way. I like drove out to a trail and then picked it up on my way home.
Mamacita.
Nicky Hill is here.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Haven't had an orange in a shower yet.
Well, maybe next week. Oh, next week we won't hear. You said you're not going to be here.
I'm not going to be here.
Well, you got 2 weeks to try it, and I'm going to guess you'll take at least one shower in that time. So enjoy it.
Tasty.
Do Michaels is here. How are you doing? Woo-hoo. And of course, Josh is here. Josh, my friend, how's life? How's the world treating you?
I'm feeling so great. Thanks for asking.
Oh, happy to hear it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And last but certainly not least, George. George, how's life going for you?
George, no.
What have you been up to this week?
Hell
Anything?
yeah.
Hell yeah, George. Anything exciting go down for you this week?
Had a lot to juggle this week.
I believe it.
I had a lime in the shower this week.
Oh, see, that would, do people just like, well, I know you do, George, but just like bite into a lime? Like, let me get a lime and I'll bite into that sucker? Not really, right?
I put it on a pork roll, egg, and cheese
Oh.
sandwich, actually. Man, pork roll, egg, and cheese and lime.
I never thought of it.
I'd still
try
eat it.
I'd
I'd
try
still
it.
eat
We
it.
ate something this week that we would have never thought of, and
We could all, I was going to say, we should all talk about it. Let me say hello to the chat first. Hello, Mom Brain, and Red Souza, and SD, and Radical Defect, and 10th Division, and Drake, and Ice Dilbert, and Malik Halo, and Gecko Kitsune, and I see Vachi, and E17 Pet, and whoever else joins in. Thanks for coming in on this weekend. By the way, let me say this very quickly. It will be Crazy Colonel's birthday. Crazy Colonel is going away. He will not be here for this episode or potentially the next episode. He'll be gone for a week. So there we go. Thank you. I'll use that as the backdrop. So if you feel like doing a podcast doodle and you're listening live or you're listening whenever, you feel free to send it to me at rummycowboy@gmail.com. And we will potentially use it for this week's episode. And if it happens again next week, then again, maybe your image will be used then. Red Souza says, I want to doodle. Red Souza says, I want to play trivia. We haven't done that in a while. It's true. So there you go. I'm putting out the call. If you have a sketch or a doodle or an image or you want to do something, open call. Yes, Nicky Hill. Looked like you had something to say.
No.
All right. So Mom Brain, myself, Deux, and Nicky Hill all went to a pizza
we went
place.
on an ooting.
We'll be talking about that too.
We had a lovely ooting.
We went to a pizza place this week that we've been meaning to go to for a few months now. It went viral, so we were letting it cool down a bit. Apparently, we waited the exact right amount of time because when we got there, no one was there, which I will say was a little disconcerting. But it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. It was what, Wednesday at 4:30.
By the time we were leaving,
people were coming in.
They were picking up their to-go orders.
Hi,
And there
Marsboro.
were a lot of people picking up food. So like they're bringing it
yes,
home.
they got business.
To their families.
We could say the name of the place. That doesn't really matter. Panko Pizza is the name of the place. They do a panko crusted pizza, but they also do a mustard pizza. And we got one of each to try. And they were both, I will say, tremendous pizzas.
Yeah, excellent.
We also got dessert.
Well, we're skipping over to pizzas right
No,
away?
I just want to make sure.
A mustard pizza. Most people have never heard of it. I didn't hear about it until this place, and we gave it a shot. So it's a traditional pizza, or at least how they make a traditional pizza, but with like a layer of mustard as well. So you ladle that on like it's a sauce, and then you put on cheese cubes. And then you ladle on tomato sauce and cheese, more cheese, and then you cook it up, and it came out to be, there you go. Perfect image. And that was the pizza, and I would give it a 9. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, me too.
We all really liked it.
I don't know what I would give it. Like a 7.5.
Oh,
8. Not that
wow.
I disliked it. It's just I'm not a huge mustard fan often. So like I said, the first bite, I mean, I enjoyed it more than I enjoy, just mustard on things necessarily.
Okay. So coming from a not mustard fan, I'd say that's a pretty darn good score.
Yeah.
then.
Like at the first bite, I was like, oh, this is like a cheesy saucy pretzel with mustard.
Hearts of palm with cottage cheese and
And
mustard.
then like the second bite, that initial thought that I had kind of left me, and I was just eating a mustard pizza. It was again, it wasn't bad. I just not always feeling the mustard. Also,
You're not a mustard
it was
man.
like I don't know what mustard. It's not a Pitzman's or no. What's
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Pitzman's is the Tim and Eric bit.
Yes.
But it's not Grey Poupon, but it's got like
It's like a Golden's.
If
Yeah.
you go on the
Right.
Instagram, you can see what
I
what
think
it
it was
is.
more
They-
French's.
But
they
it
got
has,
a,
like-
they got a big. It's not a yellow mustard.
No,
it's
it's
a
like-
brownish mustard.
Is it
and-
brown?
Yeah.
and there's like
Drink it down.
mustard seeds in it or something too. There's like a little something extra. I don't know.
Well, like I said, if
But it
you
was
go on their Instagram, you can see the tub of it in the back. I'm sure you could figure out what it actually is.
But
But it was great.
no, I did like it. But
What would you?
but
give?
once I want like the second I had a bite of the plain pizza,
Mhm.
I had that was my go-to.
Their
That
plain
plain
was great.
pizza was delicious.
I mean,
And the
I would give that a
price,
9 as
I
well.
still can't get
Price.
over the price. The
18-inch
plain
pizza.
large plain pizza, $9.99. I can't find that even at
That's
some
a
of the
penny-
best places around
I
here.
told
Penny
Dew,
under $10.
I told Dew that's what the price was going to be, and he's like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, that's what they say."
Yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, I pay $19 in my
Yeah.
junky town.
Yeah.
So
Well, they know what they're doing. I mean,
And then
you
their
know,
specialty pizzas, I mean, they fluctuate. They're not all the same price, but the mustard pizza, I $14.99.
yeah, it's still not a bad price. And then I'll let you guys talk about the dessert you got because you had it and I did not.
The dessert was it was a calzone, a dessert calzone. You say
yeah, Oreo calzone.
Oreo calzone. Takes whatever. I think it's probably the same dough, but they deep fry it and it's full of sugar and cheese and Oreo or whatever. And whoo,
I didn't know ricotta cheese could be so versatile.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
it's unbelievable how good that dessert was. And I love a regular calzone and I love ricotta cheese in those. I guess I've just never had it the sweet way. And I'm not a big mascarpone fan, so that's why I'm not like a huge cannoli guy. And I wasn't really looking forward to this dessert. But boy, oh boy, I've thought about it every day since.
the
And they didn't skimp on the stuffing.
Oh
Those-
my
I mean, the
God.
innards were
It was
just
It was
exploding.
huge. The three of us
How much was that again?
split it.
I think that was like $6.99 or something.
No,
Like $7 or $8.
Well, that's insane. That's even crazier than the pizza price.
Yeah, it was like
That'd feed a family.
you know
of
it's a
four.
calzone, so there's height to it. Came in a pizza box. He set it down. The pizza box wouldn't close because it was so lofty. But it was
was heavy.
full. You ever? I mean, again, so it's a different kind of calzone, right? It's like a dessert thing, so it's going to be made a little differently. But usually, you get a calzone. The cheese is all set, and it's not the same kind of cheese. It's not.
Yeah.
It's our own stuff. It's like the cheese. It's full of air pockets. This full
Yeah.
jammed in
It
there.
Like
was
you had to
stuffed.
like take parts of the outside of the calzone and like dip it into
Yeah.
the filling to get you
was-
like you needed a spoon.
It was wonderful.
It was incredible.
It was special.
And the greatest brandless diet caffeine free cola money could buy.
I'm
The,
dropping a link in the Discord if you want to see the place and their pizzas. They have videos
And
on their
Dew had mentioned
Instagram
it too.
page.
It's the that dough, the fried. It was. I mean, you get fried dough things, many places, carnivals,
Sure.
places down the shore, whatever. It was really good.
Yeah, there was something about the panko fried, the panko dough that was then fried. That man, it gave it just a little bit of crisp. I could eat that. I could eat it. I could eat it forever and ever.
We
Uh,
could.
we all-
so
would.
good.
We would suffer.
We
a
wouldn't
little
live
bit.
long.
But
Yeah, we all
could.
said it
I
was
definitely would like to.
On the car ride home, Dew and Rummy and I just kept yawning. We were all
Yeah.
just like, I need a nap.
I took a
what did they
nap when
put
we
in
got
that
home. I
pizza?
took a nap.
Like, yeah.
Nicky Hill went up to pay the bill, and we were still in the booth, and I was kind of like half laying in the booth, like one of somebody's French girls.
Hi, Freddie Fro. Good to see you. Yes,
Leo's.
we were all saying it's very good that this place isn't right down the street because we would be there all the time and it would be the death of us. So, not the death of our wallets, but the death of our bodies. But,
Man, I really wish it was
was great.
closer because
Yeah.
holy cow.
it was great.
I think it was
great.
well worth the hype. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
often that you're like, it was good, but was it really worth the hype? Like,
It
because
was.
the one that we did around here, that
screw that place.
It-
I
it
almost
was-
dropped an F-bomb. I don't like
it
that
was
place so much.
fine, but it wasn't like
Viral?
Yeah.
Big time viral. Yeah, Dave Portnoy went there.
It's the one that he said was his favorite pizza ever or something, right?
It was in like the top 3 or 4
Oh, really?
for him. Yeah.
There's a place out by me that
I know
really
he
wanna go
likes
to,
flavorless pizza. You know what else is flavorless pizza?
actually.
Was it
Domino's.
Detroit Pizza Company?
Motor City
Motor
Pizza.
City Pizza, whatever it is. It's like everybody amps up that pizza.
Where?
Where
It's
what?
frozen. It's like a company.
Yeah.
You get them frozen.
Uh,
You can get them at like Costco.
We finally got one. I was like, so
Ah.
many people talk about how great this is, and we were both like, this tastes like nothing.
well, but,
What's
I mean,
going
if it's
on?
frozen,
Thank
like
you.
you're affecting the flavor too, right?
No, it's like a frozen pizza company. That's what they do.
I know, but
What do you mean? I've had great frozen
You
pizza.
just
This man
had-
just said Freshetta.
I don't know.
Freschetta's fantastic
Freshetta's
frozen
great.
pizza.
Freshetta
Yeah.
is the most consistent.
Screaming Sicilian, great frozen pizza.
But you just had what kind of frozen pizza?
Blackbird,
Yeah.
but it's all plant based, with plant based pepperoni and cheese and whatever. And I had it; it was pretty darn good.
The crust
It's
looked
way
nice.
better than Motor City, way better, way better. But I don't know what it is about
There's
the
a
Motor City that
place-
people love, and I just don't get it.
there's a. Oh, let me think about this. Your sister has been to it, someplace in Philly or in the Philly area. The chef from there was on Chopped when I was
Mhm.
working on it. Detroit style pizza, but she said the place is great. I can't remember the name of it though. But
Maybe we got to do a pizza tour.
Yeah,
When your parents were here, we got a
Sounds good.
Sicilian pizza from
Hi,
your
Blood
favorite
Ocean.
pizza place, and it was undercooked. But I don't get Sicilian pizza ever, so like I don't know if that's the way it's meant to be.
Second, I don't want to say second favorite pizza place. Second or third. Number one is you know.
I think the dough is supposed to be is the term toothsome. Maybe it's like
That
a
was
little
fine.
chew to it.
It was more the like cheese.
Oh.
Like was very anemic looking, and I like it to have like a little bit of color, which reminds me, not the anemic piece, but the pizza place. I saw that picture we got from our friends of them at my favorite pizza place. Well, of
Yes,
him.
yes.
I saw their kid at school, and she was like, "Do you know where I was yesterday?" And I was like,
No.
"Yes, I do."
Very jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous. Anyway, Panko Pizza was amazing. One of the best pizza experiences I've had, and I
They're-
think everybody else would agree.
They're owned by the same people that have artichoke pizza in New York City.
New
Um,
York City.
Yeah, they're doing.
I think you should
things
be
right.
Jackie Daytona for Halloween.
Ooh.
I got nothing to say about that, but
Okay.
okay.
I think you should do it.
So that's
Like-
all. Oh no.
Daytona. That
no,
that
no,
guy?
hit the
No,
character.
the
that-
character that says the New York City line.
I've never watched
What did
the
I do with that
series.
box? Did I not bring it in?
Right. What we do in the shadows.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He's
What
like
we do
he
in
like
the
runs.
shadows.
Well, I don't want to. It's a character. It's like a persona he takes on. Matt
Mhm.
Berry takes on, and it's pretty good.
Never
Oh.
watched.
I'm back. Sorry. So enough pizza. I want to.
Did you just bump into my water bottle?
I want to say thank you to our friends at Sega, because they sent over
Sega.
a lovely care package for Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, the brand new Switch exclusive Super Monkey Ball game.
A new
The brand new, the
new.
first new one in
from the ground up.
9 years, I think.
Gone,
It's
gone.
been a long.
Nice.
Funny
Isn't-
you say
not
gone,
gone
my
anymore.
friend. Oh no, he's there definitely.
Gone
They
girl.
sent me a nice Super Monkey Ball passport for my travel to Banana Rumble Land, whatever. I don't know what it's called in the game.
Very nice.
There you go. There's the actual passport. Could write all my. I don't think they'd accept this at airports.
That would be
but I don't
awesome
know.
if you showed that at the airport.
Yeah.
I'm good, right?
But
It's got your photo in it.
Please, TSA, hurry up! I gotta
Does it
get.
really?
I gotta get gone.
I didn't even. Wow, it does. I didn't even look at that.
You didn't
That's
even
great.
see that.
That's
No, I
creepy.
didn't, because the other thing got my attention.
Man, they know everything about you. They know your birth age and your date. Well, they would know
My
the
birth
age just
age
from
and
the date.
date.
Actually,
Wait,
They'd have to do a
where
little
is this
work.
from? That's
Uh,
creepy.
They were. You know where it's from. You took the picture.
Oh yeah.
Um.
Next time, please look at the camera.
But anyway,
It's such a cute picture.
I didn't
of
notice
you.
that because they sent this amazing thing.
I'll put
They
the
sent
picture.
me a real life version of the shirt that Gongon wears in the new game.
Oh, is
Wow,
that's
that's
what?
cool.
This is what Gongon wears in the game. Yeah. Let me just slip it on.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful, high fashion.
It's
fashion.
look
a
so
nice
great.
Wow, it
fabric.
looks good
It looks
on you.
great.
Right?
Yeah, it's really
There you
good.
go. There you go. Ready for whatever. I don't know the name of the island where the game takes place. We've packed this box with your passport, luggage tag, and a bunch of fun extra goodies for you to remember all your adventures we've been on together.
Oh, they
Become
put
the
it's got your birth date and your social security number on this.
I gave that to them. Become the strongest monkey in the world when you throw on your Gongon signature shirt. Then get started on your delightful activities we've planned for you in your passport and earn stamps from the included sheet. There's also an II. What? There's something else in here. There is. It was buried under
yeah, I
all
was
the
gonna
stuff.
say there's a lot of stuff in there.
I didn't even know. Oh God. Somebody vamp. I don't want to get this crap all over the place.
So how's everybody feeling?
Fantastic, great, grand,
Oh, here,
wonderful.
let's look at the game. Oh, here it is.
I was kind of hoping they'd send you a real monkey.
Oh, that's not Gongon's shirt.
That's a fear I have.
What's that character's name?
Like a pet monkey
That
scares
guy.
me.
What are you? I am wearing Gongon's shirt.
Who's Gongon? I thought this is Gongon.
No, that's II.
Oh,
God, that's the star.
You should put that on your backpack.
I Gongon.
You know, since you didn't know it was II, now you know. There you go. It's II.
I.
You wanna
AI.
Hold that up to the
A-
camera for me.
Oh, no.
What's on now?
AI.
Oh my god.
The AI monkey. Well, there is some weird like cyber monkey. This thing. I don't know.
I didn't know Gongon was so angry.
Did I realize?
Let's look at the back. Oh,
Wow.
he comes with
Are
a
those
banana.
for your
he can
water
hold.
bottle?
Hold
They're
on.
passport stamps.
Oh, you put them on your page. Oh yeah, it says something about that in the letter.
I
Like,
know,
oh,
yeah.
if you, yeah.
But this II one, I would put on my water bottle. You
Which
wanna
one's
hold that up?
I?
The main character.
The one that looks like him.
Right here. This is II right here. We got II, we got Mimi, we got Baby, we got Gongon. Yeah, what you pointed to Gongon. You pointed to this guy.
Oh.
And he's wearing the shirt. So what were you confused about?
I
Man.
thought
I
I was
would've-
Gongon.
I'm in the same
this
boat as
guy-
you. I would have never been able to point any of them out. I was thinking.
All monkeys look the same to this guy.
No, well,
No.
yes,
Not you.
I was
Not
think
you.
I was thinking
Here's
Monkey Ball and Donkey Kong, because
Monkey
When
ball
I-
and donkey ball.
when I think of
Colonel, not the week to not be here.
when I think of Gongon, I wouldn't have been able to tell you what Gongon looked like. I was thinking he looked like Lanky Kong with the bandana and the glasses.
I thought-
Obviously, Sega and Nintendo are different,
They
I
are
thought-
but
different.
these games are the same.
I thought maybe the main character, the character that you see all the time related to Super Monkey Ball.
who you didn't know his name, yes.
I thought that was the character who had a new shirt, and I thought that character's name was Gongon. That's what I thought. It's not that
Well,
crazy. Here's
Gongon-
a shirt from a character in a game that we're giving to you. Oh, but it's not the main character. We're not
Well-
giving you the
well,
main
hold on,
character
hold on,
shirt.
hold on,
We're
hold
giving
on.
you a secondary character.
Oh, no.
Bop-bop-bop-ups.
You know, it's awfully
Sorry, I had-
strange for you to not know
I
the
had
characters.
pizza this week, so I'm turning
It's awfully
Italian.
strange.
Let it
for-
be opera.
Sega, thank you, by the way. I'm sure you're loving this. I love that you don't know who any of the characters are, yet you argue from a point of like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? You don't know anything about the franchise, clearly. Why are you saying what they should
This
do?
character with the computer spectacles should be AI. No,
They
No,
weren't
no.
even in the beginning one. One
Okay.
person here is a monkey ball historian.
Do
Funky Kong and Cranky
How
Kong.
long has
all my
Gon-
favorites?
how long has Gongon been around?
Now, I could be wrong. I'm going to say the first game.
So
Never-
they sent you all this stuff
never
and
seen
not
anything.
one ball in there, huh?
There's a monkey ball right there. What do you want? They
Oh,
gave us
okay.
the
I
ball.
didn't realize you could put it
Aye.
together and roll it.
I is
Go
in.
nuts.
I.
What is
What?
happening? Hello,
I
TKO.
has a
Sega's going to be
ball
like, let's not send them stuff
rolling,
anymore.
and it looks like yes.
Well,
That
In
the
our
platform that
defense-
II is on has little rollers, so you put him in the
Oh.
ball and he rolls.
Blood
oh,
Ocean
it's probably really cool,
Gotta
actually.
roll.
posted two
Wait,
really lovely
mm.
Oh, you just know that their breath stinks.
Well,
Blood Ocean, who are those ladies?
The
They're
Gon shirt.
beautiful.
I mean,
All right,
everything,
ready? Here you
everything
go.
involved
The
here.
one on the left
Everything
has nice
included
Grinch
in this.
Oh.
Heck of a package.
Here
so
you go.
far.
The original Monkey Ball arcade cabinet featured 3 playable characters: Ai, his wife Mimi, and their son Baby,
This is a deep, like,
who has
lore.
traveled back in time from the future. A fourth,
Baby
Ai's.
did, or all 3 of them.
Just let me read it.
No, I want to understand.
Okay, I'll do it again. The original Monkey Ball arcade cabinet featured 3 playable characters: the primary protagonist Ai, his wife Mimi, and their son Baby, who has traveled back in time from the future. So that would mean just Baby.
Which is this one probably the one that's crawling around looking
Which
like
means
a baby.
baby's not baby anymore
Baby.
because he's from the future.
I'm Baby.
I'm baby.
A fourth, Ai's best friend and former rival, Gon, was added in the game's GameCube port, Super Monkey Ball. So for the very first console Super Monkey Ball,
Gon
Gon was there. In the arcade game that never released here, only in Japan, Gon was not part of that. So Gon made the console debut, the series debut outside of Japan. So you could be technical and say he wasn't there in the beginning because he wasn't in the arcade game that never released anywhere, but he was in the port of the arcade game on the GameCube. That was our first Monkey Ball game.
Do you happen to know if that has been his shirt this whole time? Like
that has
from
not
the first
been
time?
his shirt.
This
Okay,
is new.
Wait, everybody freeze. I
Butt
told you
naked,
Blood
please.
Ocean posted 2 beautiful ladies. There's one that is black and white.
Dude.
Chalupa,
Ooh.
Loop/Loopy,
Pretty-
Batman
pretty-
on the
it's an upgrade.
left,
It's a major upgrade.
and Roberta on the right, named
Brain.
after RPG.
We could do all this. We're deep in the middle of Monkey Ball lore, and you've derailed us twice now. Now I gotta. Okay, who wears the shirt? Who wears the banana shirt?
Aye,
No, Gon. See, you're not paying attention either. Now we got to go through this all over again.
make a chart.
Yeah.
You're not listening.
So the monkey, the baby,
Aye.
baby is the baby. From the future has the future glasses. So baby has been around since the beginning.
So that was not baby.
No, that's baby.
Okay, because the pacifier.
Yeah.
This is school monkey.
This is what baby
That's
looked. This is what
Ai
baby looked like in the
and-
original game.
Would you say?
Just wanna point that
Ai
out.
and Mama? No.
Nope. Boy, you guys are great. This is great.
Mimi.
This is great.
Mimi.
Mimi's correct.
Mimi. Mama makes sense though.
She didn't know she was a mom until the kid came back from the future.
Also, I would have understood if Gon
Mimi
was,
wants a bro och.
if Gon was in the original, but then not in the port because then he's
Does Gon
Gon
look
Gon.
like he belongs in a different game to you guys? Look at this. Look at the characters. Maybe he's just not part of the family.
He's a former rival.
No,
He's got to
he's not-
look like a bad
he's
guy.
not
Come
a
on.
family member. He was a formal.
They
rival
gave him a
turned
revamp.
friend.
Married
They
him.
gave him a revamp. Is that better for you? Does he look more?
He looks really mad there, and he was a lot younger.
Well, this was 20 something years ago.
Look how big his pupils are there.
Well, that's
He's doing more LSD than Drew Carey in that one.
they all have the same exact eyes. What are we
Aye.
talking about here?
Looks really
Oh,
young.
here, yeah. They gave him a revamp.
Oh,
We
And
don't know
because-
what Geordie LaForge's eyes look like under here either.
Because his eyes are better, he got a better shirt.
It's
He could see what
Can
he
I-
was
I'm wearing
buying.
a shirt with a letter on it this
Yeah.
whole time.
I was gonna say,
Marshall's what he was buying.
Ai looks really young, but
Banana Republic, thank you.
Ai
Perfect.
this Ai is not old enough to have a child yet. That's why the baby had to come back from the future.
Oh, this is past II.
well, this is current
hey,
Ai.
I'm
This
gonna
is-
have to play these games because this is actually
and you're
some
gonna have to play
great
them all
lore.
in order. And there's mobile games, and there's there's I don't know how many there have been, but there's easily over 20 Monkey Ball games.
So if only Koro Rinpa had such lore, they could have had 100 games as well. But instead,
I
no,
don't know if there is any lore for that franchise. I'm sure there's something.
certainly
uh,
not as good as this.
Don't worry, because Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble has plenty of lore. There is a story. You can skip it. I'm not skipping it because I'm reviewing. I very much want to skip it, but by the way, if you want to go through all the Monkey Ball games, you'll have to play on Android in the arcade, the GameCube, the GBA, on iOS, Windows, 3DS, DS, Switch, N-Gage, the PS2, PS4, PS5, the PlayStation Portable, the Vita, the Wii, the Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X. So you got some work to do. Not impossible, but
Are you writing all this down?
Spiders and flies have just contacted me with something.
Ooh.
I just want to fast forward to the end of the
We need
show
like
now.
newsroom, like.
That's what
Joe
that
could
banana-
probably
banana-
fast
banana-
forward to the end of the show, baby.
It's true.
That's probably what baby came back for. It had news from some spiders and flies.
I'm going to snip this segment and make sure I send it to Sega. Apparently, they're going to watch it anyway or listen to it anyway, but I want to make sure they hear how much we talked about Monkey Ball because
I mean, I remember it, and I think the only one that I played was Switch. No, what was the other Nintendo system?
all of them: the DS, the Wii, the 3DS,
The Wii. On the Wii,
So the Wii had the one. I had a couple, I believe, but it had one where you could stand on the balance board and play.
that may. Oh no, you know what? I did play that one too.
Played
That
more
may be
Monkey
the
Ball
only
games than you remember.
That may be the only one that I played.
You're not convinced, and neither am I.
No, there's probably two because there's probably one with just Wii controls using motion too, right?
It definitely used motion controls. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. But now that you said that about the balance board, we definitely all played that in your parents' house, standing around.
Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Did we sit on it? No, that was
No.
Wii Sports something or other.
Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball 2, Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, Super Monkey Ball Juniors, Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll on the DS, Super Monkey Ball Adventure, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, ports, Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll, that's the other Wii one, Super Monkey Ball 3D, Super Monkey Ball Ticket Blitz, Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and now Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Again, the first new one in 9 years.
You know what you would love? If they came out with a Super Monkey Ball Banana Bread.
Not a big fan of banana bread, but I do
You're also
love
not a
bread.
fan of games that have food levels. So like a whole
But do you like monkey
Game.
bread?
I do
yeah,
like monkey
absolutely.
bread a
So,
lot. That's a great
There you
point.
go.
That's
It's
a great point.
50-50.
Sega, I hope the check is in the mail. Thank you, Sega. That was very nice of you. And I'm so stupid that I got so excited by the shirt. I didn't even realize the rest of the things were in there. But thank you.
it's a great shirt. It's a great package.
It's a great package. That's true.
This is what you call a care package because
And I got
They-
they sent the legendary banana edition.
clearly care. And they're also, I mean, somebody stalking you?
They sent a legendary banana
They
edition
contacted-
with
What are we pointing at?
Come on,
Aye,
you
aye.
know. Yeah.
and
Gone.
yes,
Beautiful.
and
Mama, baby, me.
I don't think that's
Perfect.
Mimi,
That's
but whatever. Oh, you
100%.
know what? Holy crap! I just had a
Mommy.
real mommy. I know what you're doing. I just had a real senior moment. I was gonna point to this one because I think that's Mimi in the back, and I was gonna go like this. I was gonna do the
Ooh,
iPhone.
Nice.
Jesus
That's
Hey,
Christ.
let's
good.
take it back. Do you remember when we had the when we all first were playing the DSs, the DS Fats, and it was the very first time you had a motion touch screen,
Yes,
and we were touching everything.
yes.
We
I
were
remember.
touching
We were
everybody.
touching everybody. Again, let's get the hell out of this conversation. Thank you, Sega. Very much appreciated. Thank you for stalking me and getting my shirt size correct and all that. They did ask shirt size. I knew that part, but all the other stuff I did not. All right. That's all I had to talk about as far as there was one other thing. And I
Oh
didn't
my
write
gosh!
it down. I was like,
Super
I'll
Monkey
remember.
Ball and Super Mario Brothers have the same initials.
People have said that before.
Somebody said something funny since we're on stupid initials. Somebody said something funny. The only MCU, Blood Ocean said the only MCU I care about is the Monkey Ball Cinematic Universe.
There you go.
Well, you guys didn't know it was so deep, and now we're all a bit wiser when it comes to Monkey Ball now. We also have a Patreon. Mom Brain, did you know you could join Patreon?
For $1.
Oh, for $1. Thank you. Here's what I talked about this week. I talked about Duckman because something popped up where I was like, oh yeah, Duckman, ahead of its time. And I watched the first episode again while I was working, and I was like, man, even better than I remember. So I was writing about Duckman and how ahead of its time it was because nowadays I'm sure it will find a much bigger audience, but even in today's age, I'm not sure it would be as widespread as other shows like South Park or Rick and Morty or things like that. It was a very deep philosophical and very funny show, but man, really, really interesting stuff. And the first episode is a killer. episode. I was very impressed rewatching that episode again. So used to be on USA back in the day. It was when USA was still trying to like make a name for themselves. So they were like, yeah, we'll do anything. We'll see what sticks to the wall. They did that new Weird Science, which was a good
They
show.
wanted to make a name for themselves. Why did they choose a name that already existed?
I'm not. I mean, they're the number one cable network now, so it worked.
They're the only cable network at this point, right? Everyone
Nope.
else has jumped
Come on,
ship and
old
gone with their
man.
own
You know that's not
streaming.
true. Bravo and E
Oh,
and
yeah, but they all have their own streaming. Well,
Food
E
Network.
probably
What does
doesn't-
that matter? They're still on cable.
I know. I was kidding.
What else?
Just
is
mean.
there?
I just mean to say, like, they're the
Tastemade and-
only network that doesn't have their own streaming service.
That might be the first time you've ever admitted that you were kidding in
It's
a
true. I was
situation like
thinking
that.
and I
Usually
was
you
deciding
just
whether to draw
let
attention
it
to it or not.
go. That was great.
It's true. Yeah, USA isn't like USA shows are on streaming services, but they don't have their own streaming
Yeah.
service, or they aren't part of like you can't.
They haven't been bought by
like
somebody.
you get Hulu TV or YouTube TV and USA's on there, but good point. They
By
haven't
the
been
way,
bought because they're number
What's
one.
going on with WWE?
Go watch Duck.
Like Raw. How long was their contract with Fox? Like, was it only for like,
zero
initially? When they-
SmackDown? Yes. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. SmackDown's on Fox. Raw's on USA.
That was their deal that they made like 5 years ago was for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I guess
Now
that's still going on.
USA has taken SmackDown and Fox and
Well, how long was that
Netflix is
supposed to
getting Raw.
last?
5 years.
Oh, well, time flies, I guess.
Can you believe it?
Because
I know.
I feel like every time I turn around, they have a new deal with a new company, and it's like, hold on, like.
Nope, they do the 5-year deals with everybody, and then there's always that company gets the first option to re-up, and Fox was like, because whatever. And so Netflix jumped on it, and
Vince
were like,
is out, so they're like, "Oh man, this is too woke for us. We're
Well,
out of here."
That's the thing. They were like, they are number one Friday, every single Friday. They've been number one every Friday since SmackDown went to Fox.
So why wouldn't you want them?
Because advertisers don't traditionally flock to it like they do other shows. So you can have a show that has less than half of the advertising or less than half of the viewership, but advertisers view it as more advertiser friendly. Like they're like, So there was a study, I was talking to Mom Brain about it. There was a study about wrestling viewership, and people who watch wrestling do not care about anything that's advertised to them at all, and they also do not care about what else is on the show or what else is on the network. So when wrestling comes on, they all tune
That's
in, and then
unique to wrestling fans. I mean,
Yes.
I hate commercials more than anything in the world.
But
I
the
would
whole reason
never want to
commercials
see another
exist
commercial.
is because people buy stuff based on the commercials. But wrestling fans do not. They only care about the wrestling, and
Well,
when the
call me a
wrestling
wrestling fan.
when the
then.
wrestling shows are over, those viewers tune out. There's no like lead into another show. There is, but it's very small. So wrestling fans are there for the wrestling, and that's it. So traditional advertisers aren't as keen on advertising for wrestling because the people who watch it aren't interested in buying whatever they're trying to sell. So it's very few companies that work with wrestling all the time. It's like Domino's and Pizza and like what else do we always see?
Selling the things.
Doritos.
Buy
or
this
something.
and eat it while watching.
Doritos, yeah, like food and
Just
snacks,
for
yeah.
men.
Just for men.
That was a big
Looks so
one for a
natural.
while.
For a few, but every Friday, Progressive Insurance has been the sponsor of SmackDown since the beginning. So Progressive has gotten, and Cricket Wireless
Well,
is another big
Oh,
one.
I mean, and
yeah.
that makes sense too. Like you want people to be insured because they're going to be doing all these wrestling moves, hurting themselves.
That's right. That's right.
And but then also, I wonder if like part of that is that I don't know. Like I'm just imagining people watching wrestling in like groups or with their family,
Mhm.
and they're talking about things during the commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So they're not even paying attention to things. They're just like, oh my gosh, oh wow, that move. And then like, oh, it's back.
And anything that I see during commercials that I'm interested in, I was already interested in. So when they show me Pizza Hut, I'm like, yeah, like we saw the Tavern Pizza was at Pizza Hut, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. So it worked, but I already liked Pizza Hut. So yes, kudos to wrestling fans. They're not easily influenced by whatever's in the commercials, but that's why Fox could put on a show that's cheaper, and gets far worse viewership, but make more money through the advertising.
That's so gross.
That's what they're doing. And Netflix is like, hey, we want live viewers more than anything else. We want Raw. So that's what they're doing.
So, but with the Netflix thing, is it true that they're going to be like going
No.
more? What's that?
Censored.
Yeah.
So people made that up.
Oh, okay.
Triple H did say something officially where he's like, that stuff won't be an issue. And what he means is when the crowd starts chanting something, if they chant something unsavory, they won't have to cut away.
But they just started doing that fairly recently.
No, they've always done it on every network, but Fox does it differently. Fox blanks the feed completely. No picture, no sound, nothing.
Yeah, we were watching SmackDown last night, and I was like, is this how it goes now?
USA will cut the audio. They'll have somebody on a button that literally hits it when somebody's dropping an F-bomb or something in the crowd. They'll do it like for 3 or 4 chants and then let go. But Fox just, so you'll think like, oh, my TV went out, my cable went out, because Fox just nothing. They put a message on the screen that says something, I don't know, anything, but they just black feed, no audio.
It's just
ridiculous.
funny that like they censor things, and then there's other things that they should be censoring or just like reining in, and they don't.
I don't get it, but yes. So Triple H, because it came up in a interview with Triple H, and he said that shouldn't be so much of an issue when we go to Netflix. So who knows what's going to happen there, but it won't really matter.
Yeah,
like
I thought about that too.
On when you watch premium live events, they don't do that.
Premium.
You're it's on a paid
separately.
service. So also, you know what they didn't blank out on last night's SmackDown? LA Knight's sack appeared on screen for a second, and I caught it, and they did not. So if you have it DVR, you can go get a little bit of sack if you want.
Wait, what's
was he
the
wearing
deal?
Target Garfield shorts?
It was not.
That
Gotta look at the lasagna.
but what's the Peacock thing? So
What do you mean? What
No,
is
it was
What-
his sack, not his.
what what WWE stuff has been on Peacock then?
all their premium live events.
That's all it is. It's just their live events.
They have their documentaries and specials and
their
stuff, and you
old
can
what were pay-per-view are now.
you can go
Premium
watch
live
older
events. Right.
episodes of Raw and SmackDown and stuff like that. But yes, the premium live events is why you have Peacock. That's what it's for. You
And what
pay your
about the
$5
rest of what they used to have on their WWE?
That's all on Peacock.
That's on Peacock.
Universal bought all of that, so it's under
So
Peacock.
all that's on Peacock.
Which
Raw was on Fox not Fox, USA going to Netflix.
Yes.
and SmackDown was or currently is on Fox, but
Yes.
will be going
To USA.
to USA.
So USA used to have both of them, but it got too expensive. They dropped one. Fox picked up the other. Now USA doesn't want. That's Raw's #1 on cable USA, so they don't want to lose both. So they're swapping SmackDown for SmackDown for Raw or Raw for SmackDown. So but yes, it's very interesting because you have Netflix now and Peacock, and
Yeah.
Netflix is going to have Raw. Then you go to Peacock to watch the premium live events. You would think you'd want some
And
synergy there.
not everybody owns everything. So like
To be fair, Peacock is the cheapest one. Peacock's $5, so that's
As
not
a
bad.
wrestling fan, I mean, I know you have all these services anyways, but do you think for the average wrestling fan, this has been like a pain in the butt?
No, I'd say it's way better because when you were getting pay-per-views back in the day, they were $60 a pop, and there's one every month. Now you're paying $5 a month for one service and what $12
and you
a
get
month for the other,
everything.
and you get everything. Yeah,
pretty cool.
What are the bundles now too? We don't need to get into this, but like all the bundles now,
tons of bundles.
it's like Hulu,
There's another one
Disney,
coming out.
Netflix or something. But the thing
And
that the
ESPN.
thing that bugs me with those, I keep getting ads. Like Verizon FiOS has a deal,
yeah,
and I can't get FiOS where I live unless I pay for them to do
yeah.
the
We can't get
entire
FiOS here either.
region. Like, and I'm not doing that. So that's not an opportunity.
Also,
let
I
me
went to
move.
go-
Let me just sell my house and move just so I can get this.
I
great
went to
deal.
go do the
Actually, I might.
Hulu Disney, or as I was going to say, Dulu Disney bundle.
Yes.
And I couldn't because they said my account was too old. I'm like, I get penalized because I was there day one with you
Right.
guys.
Usually,
So now I have to make a whole new account and cancel everything separately to go back in and get the bundle.
Can't
usually,
be grandfathered into anything.
I know.
usually your return, whatever, being like a longtime customer gets you like appreciation.
Not this time. Yeah, I went in to do it and I was like, I can't find it. I feel so dumb. I guess I got to talk to customer service. I did the, chat online with the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, your account's too
You're
old. You just have to
cooked.
start over again." I was like, he's like, "I'll do that for you right now." I was like, "Oh, no, hold on. No, like there's things I want to watch tonight,
No,
which
it's
is why I
done,
went to go
sir.
do this."
It's done. Thank you.
Anyway, talk about Duckman on USA, and that led to wrestling. Talk about golf games, because I'm not a traditional sports fan, but I am a golf game fan. I love me a golf game. Tiger Woods on the Wii, played the hell out of that. I really want to play it again. There was that one with disc golf and Wii Motion Plus. Man, that was so much fun. And Hot Shots Golf, I've been a fan. I know it's not Hot Shots anymore. It's everybody's golf. But all of them, golf games. Love golf games. So I talked about that. Also talked about, speaking of Sega earlier, right back to them. Sonic is in this game, by the way. Sonic is in Super Monkey Ball Banana
What?
Rumble. It's true.
Where?
Inside
Yeah.
the monkey ball. Inside the hedgehog ball.
it?
Oh, I don't know if they show them here.
Okay then.
Look it up. Yeah, they
That
got a
would
whole
be-
pass
I
of
think
like,
that
it
would
could
be
be like
something to
the
show
Crazy
off.
Taxi guy and Sonic and a whole other Sega collection of characters. But this week, Sonic turned 33 years old.
Wow, he looks great.
33.
Jeez, do we feel old or what?
I know, right? 33 years of
Soon he's going to
Sonic.
be the gray blur.
God, Well, there is already a gray hedgehog. Oh, I don't know if he's a hedgehog.
The white one, isn't it?
It's a gray one. Look him up. Gray Sonic the Hedgehog.
There's the
type of-
mechanical one that you fight at the
Not,
end of.
no, he's blue. That's Metal Sonic. But there's like a psychic one, and maybe he's not a hedgehog, but he's got like the quills and everything.
Silver.
Oh, is that his name? That's embarrassing.
Yeah. So he's not gray. He's silver.
My apologies. My apologies. Centrum Silver the Hedgehog. So happy birthday, Sonic. 33 years young. Many more years ahead of you of eating chili dogs and
Still blue after all this time too.
not
He hasn't been able to breathe for 32 years.
not hooking up with Amy.
He's blue.
He can't. The hedgehog can't swim. We've seen it before every game. I also talked about Gunmetal Gothic, which is a game that YouTube showed me. Didn't know anything about it. It's a PS1 aesthetic game where it's a co-op like dungeon crawler shooter.
That means cooperative.
Yes, online for 4 players. It looks really cool. It's an indie dev. I don't know anything about them, but YouTube was like, we know what you might be into. We think it's this. And I posted a video about it. And what?
It's just a great time to be in RMC, isn't it? All these games that look like they're from. Look at these graphics on this thing. It looks like PlayStation 1, for God's
That's
sake.
exactly what it looks
They
like.
do
Yes.
it on
That's what he
purpose.
said.
Yeah, they do it on
It's
purpose because you
insane.
know what happened? People realize,
Those are
you know what?
games that you like, though.
This isn't.
I love it.
This isn't a product of times. This is now an art style.
It's
At the
crazy
time,
to
it
me.
was a product of
It's
the time.
crazy to me. I'm glad that it exists, but that's crazy to me.
It's an art style. It's like a fashion. It's like, yeah, you wouldn't like, certain fashions or styles or art styles come in and out of fashion, but they don't disappear. There's people who recognize those today as something that they still like and appreciate and see value in, and that's what's going on right now. The PS1 aesthetic is hot, but the funny part is the PlayStation fans, by and large, don't want that at all. So it's a different group of people. There are some, obviously, who are into that kind of look, but I wrote about how
That
it's
is kind
very
of funny.
interesting
See
to
that.
me because, I see how the game looks, and it has mechanics that you could never do on PS1. It's an online co-op shooter. That's not something you could ever do in the PS1 era. And I know now it's an easy thing to do, but still part of my brain is like, this is wild seeing this. Like, just, it's gameplay elements. You would never get those two things together, but now we can because it's just an art style, not a product of the limitations of the hardware. So, I really like that art style. Vagrant Story, for example. Vagrant Story is a really nice looking PS1 game. There's PS1 games that did not
Remember
stand the
when
test of time, but
when I
Vagrant
was into
Story is
that?
one of them. Gorgeous looking game. I do, yeah. Really cool battle system in that too, where you targeted specific limbs of your opponents to fight in an RPG. I really like that.
Get 'em in the dick.
game and
Every time.
always go for the dick.
Always go for the dick.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Mhm.
So yes, Gunmetal Gothic. Look that up if you're into dungeon crawlers or looter shooters or online co-op games or games with PS1 aesthetics. Talking about
It makes me think, like, if they didn't have, because like you said, back then they made the games look like that because that's what they had to do.
Yeah, they didn't make them look
It-
like that because of a style. They did it
Right.
because
So
of
like
necessity.
now people are making games based on these like happy accidents that became the art style back then, you know, like,
well, I mean, they
and
weren't.
are these people, I
They
mean,
weren't happy accidents. They were like designed meticulously to work with what they could do with the systems at the time.
well, some people thought it was a happy accident because they looked at it and they were like, I want to make a game and I want it to look like
No, they're
this.
tapping into the nostalgia.
It's not.
Or-
I mean, partially, sure. There's people who are nostalgic for that, but there's people who look at it as a viable art style. They're like, this is pleasing to
Right.
me visually, so that's why they do it.
Hmm.
Because you know what I also think when I look at that stuff, I think, oh, this is a gameplay first game. They have a style that they like, obviously, but that's an art style. I consider that an art style, but like we're focused on art style and gameplay rather than let's push the graphics to be as realistic as they can. That's not a concern for them. They're like, let's push the style that I like that goes well with the gameplay that I'm doing. So that's what they're doing, you know, because back in the day, they weren't like, let's push the style that we like. They were like, let's push the hardware to do the best they can possibly do. So that's how you get Vagrant Story with whatever the Vagrant Story art style was, whatever you want to call that. But still, that was pushing the limitations of the PS1. So,
It's cool. I'm not, I know I complain about it a lot. I find it fascinating though. I you know, it's really great. I'm trying to be a better gamer, people. So it's
I
a
mean,
slow
you can
process.
look at that stuff and not like it at all. That's fine. It's just the idea of, you know, letting it exist and seeing like, oh, I could see, you know, that there'd be people who are interested in it. That's different. You know, like I look at Fear Effect and I'm like, man, that still looks really cool to me. I still really like that style a lot. And
Well,
we've
it's
obviously
great.
come
Cell
very far
shaded.
from that.
It's great.
Again, but that's cell shaded in a style that's very rudimentary compared to cell shading. I mean, look at the difference between Fear Effect and Wind Waker. It's night and day. Like that's way like
I see the same thing.
really.
No, but
okay.
I
You didn't
I
want
just
to. You didn't
yeah.
want to admit the
No, I
talking
just
point,
don't
or-
think Fear Effect looks that bad. But that's a preference thing, you know. I guess that's exactly what you're saying. You
Yeah.
know, like I see that and I don't think it looks bad. I see something like this gunmetal
See,
thing, and it doesn't look bad, but I see like this looks older and
so
like and like
gunmetal gothic and Fear Effect look exactly the same, except one has like heavy dark lines around it and brighter colors. Like they're the same visuals in those
Yeah.
games, except one's pushing the style more, and one's pushing cell shading more. Between Gunmetal Gothic and Fear Effect, I'm saying. But yeah, they're, you know, flat shaded polygons. That's what the PS1 could do. You're not going to get any PS1 game where it's not flat shaded polygons. It's just, are they toon shaded or are they realistic for what the time was? So, but yeah, again, certain PS1 games did not stand the test of time for me visually as an art style. But certain ones do, like Fear Effect is a really nice looking one. A Vagrant Story, as I said, and I still like the look of Jumping Flash, which was a launch game for that system. And I'm trying to think of other PS1 games that visually I really like. I wouldn't look at Resident Evil and be like, that looks nice. It, you know, it was pushing the system at the time, but nowadays, yeah. Trying to think of what else there was. There's a whole bunch of others I'm not thinking of. I also talked about Batman Caped Crusader, talking about, man, this perfect segue. An old style brought back to now. Batman Caped Crusader is the brand new Batman cartoon that's coming out from the team, some of the team that did Batman the Animated Series, and are using that old art style to bring back or to give us a brand new show. It's done in exactly the same style as that show was done, which was done in an older style from the 40s and 50s. So perfect, man, it's perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. But the trailer for that show just came out. We finally got our first look at that show, and trailer's a killer trailer, man.
yeah, it's a great.
If
trailer.
the show sucks, they did a great job because the trailer makes it look like it's going to be a fantastic show. It's everything about it, the style, the characters, the voice acting, as you said, dude, the music in the trailer,
the music
perfect
is
choice.
very great for the trailer.
They killed it. They came out with a really, really, really strong trailer. That show looks, at least as the trailer goes, that show looks great. And as I've said before, the people involved with it certainly knew what they were doing 30 years ago. So hopefully they
And
still
the
got it
guy
now.
voicing Batman sounds pretty good.
Yes, I forget his name. It's like a whimsical name.
That is not correct.
Bruce Valanche.
DD.
Connor Kevroy.
That's it, Connor Kevroy. Batman Caped Crusader voice actor. Hamish Linklater.
Probably
Hamish.
Yeah.
Hamish Linklater.
I feel like I know that name.
Yeah, I've well, we know Richard Linklater.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around.
It also has Christina Ricci as Catwoman.
Creechy.
Diedrich Baker as Two-Face.
Bow to your sensei.
And so on and so on.
That actor is the
Notice
priest
me, senpai. Notice
from
me.
Yes.
the,
yes. Yep.
Why can't I think of the name?
The Netflix show.
Yeah.
You watched it.
Oh.
Black
Midnight
Mass.
Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
Black Mass, oddly enough, is the name of a finishing move for a wrestler.
Oh.
All for a circle. Yes, you're right. He sounds pretty damn good as Batman. I was impressed.
Wait, the guy played the priest in that show as Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I want to hear his Bruce Wayne, but his Batman was pretty good. Pretty good. He's definitely had some Conroy in there, but he was still doing his own thing too. So, but yes, I think that show looks great. Speaking of shows, I started the first episode of the brand new Code Geass franchise or series. As I think of that every time I talk about this. I mentioned a while ago that I was watching Code Geass, the original, because every list that I saw that was like the great anime, the 20 greatest anime, Code Geass is always on there. So I watched it, and it was a very great anime. It's in an argument for top 10 anime that I've seen, but I had some issues with it, and I didn't like the fan service. But the ending, man, one of the best endings of an anime I think I've ever seen. It was a fantastic ending, and people kept talking up the ending, and I was like, well, let's see. It was great. So I was watching that because it was on those lists, but also in preparation for the new show. And the first episode of the new show is out on Hulu, and it's dubbed as well, if you like dubs. Code Geass, Rose of the Recapture. And the first episode was a great introductory episode and a great episode for fans of Code Geass in general, because you got everything that you like in Code Geass, which is mechs, or as they call them in the show, nightmares, political intrigue, warfare, complicated character arcs, secrets, Geass powers, of course. But boy, the episode went some places that I wasn't expecting, and I was like, "Oh, this is a really interesting hook here." Because the whole time you're watching, you're like, "Who's got the Geass power, and what's it gonna be?" And I won't say anything else. But by the end of the first episode, I was like, "Wow, that was a really interesting wrinkle."
You show me who had Taco Bell for lunch. I'll show you who has
Who
the
has the
Geass power.
Geass?
So Geass, for anyone that's actually curious,
It's good, right?
it's an ability given to you by this. Let's just call him an alien. We're gonna say an alien. Whatever.
Mhm.
Is this about Scientology?
They give you an ability where
Xenu.
you have some sort of, let's call it a superpower, and it'll for example, in the old show, you could look, one of the characters who had a Geass ability could look at someone, and if he looked at them directly in the eyes, he could be like, "You're gonna go kill yourself," and they're like, "I'm gonna kill myself," and that's it.
Oh,
It's
like
over.
a Death Note, but with
yes.
the
But with Jedi mind tricks.
But that's not all. Everybody's Geass could be different depending on who they are. It hones in on like who you are and what you can do. So somebody else's Geass was they could read thoughts if they were within like 200 meters of someone, so they could hear. Like you
That
couldn't.
sounds like such a burden.
You could.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the character. There you go. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Roth. It was a burden for the character. He would wear headphones everywhere he went because he couldn't stand hearing everybody's voices all the time, and he'd try and hide and be off on his own. But if he could get within,
So it was his ears that could hear thoughts. That's weird. I mean, which is good because then he could just plug his ears. Because if it was your brain that was hearing the thoughts, then there's nothing you could do.
Yes. Yes, that's why he has to be
So
within
the
a certain
entire-
range of the people to hear
Is
them.
the entire show then pretty much just like borrowing every power from the Twilight Zone?
No, there's
Yeah,
only
That would be a great.
there's like 3 or 4 Geass abilities in that
One
show.
one guy's Geass ability was reading. And
Oh,
then
by
he
the
broke
way,
his glasses.
the guy that can make you do anything you want. He can only use it
Do
on you
anything he
once.
wants.
Anything he wants. You can only use it once ever. So once you've had it done to you, it can never be done again. So he could be like, go to the supermarket and get me bread. And they'd be like, okay, I got it. And then when that's it, it's over.
Oh, and then he come back and it's the wrong bread and he wants you to go back and exchange it for the other side.
And you don't have to do it.
And of course,
to do it
because it is
yourself.
what it is, somebody's GS ability was cancel out GS abilities.
Bless you.
So you could reset everybody. So
Does somebody have a GS ability where, he's at the park and there's a woman riding a bicycle and he just looks at her and all of her clothes falls off? He's seen everything.
No.
She scrambles to put everything
TKO.
on, but it's too late. He's seen
Hi,
everything.
Darmani. TKO. That is great. What was one of the main character in Code GS?
I guess not.
He is just learning about the GS, and to find out how it works and how long it works for, he takes this one girl and he's like, hey, every day when you come to school, go put a scratch mark on the wall. And it's just so he can know, like, how long does the GS work. So this poor girl, like, every day goes in and just writes a mark on the wall. And she has no idea that she's doing it. Like, she goes on throughout the rest of her day. But, like, as the show goes on, they don't draw too much attention to it. But he'll pass by the wall and there's, like, hundreds of hash marks on the wall. I'm like, oh, God, that's kind of creepy. But anyway, I talked about the new show. Off to a great start. And I also talked about symmetrical versus asymmetrical thumbsticks on controllers. Which one do you prefer?
But I've seen everything.
I think did we talk about this?
I prefer symmetrical.
recently? I don't know.
Mom Brain did talk about it because of what she was playing on. Yes. And now Mom Brain plays on the Nitro deck. I am using the Nitro deck Plus to review, and I put in a lot of time with it this week. Nitro deck has symmetrical or asymmetrical sticks. Nitro deck Plus has symmetrical sticks. And I have come to really understand that I do prefer asymmetrical over symmetrical. So asymmetrical would mean the face buttons are above your right thumb. Symmetrical means they're below your right thumb. So I just in recent
symmetrical
years
is like a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Are all of them still? Yeah.
The DualShock
The dual-
and
they're-
whatever those
They're
are
in
called.
line.
yes, Xbox is not, Switch is not.
Right.
So between using the Xbox and the Switch Pro, I've been the last, 7+, 8+ years, even more than that, technically, minus PlayStation. I've been playing more on asymmetrical than symmetric. And I went to go use the Nitro Deck Plus, and I was like fumbling. Like, I could use it, it's fine, but I'm like, I don't like this layout.
So
as
maybe
much.
we should trade.
Swap. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. After I'm done with the review, you can have whatever one you want. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever one you would like.
Thanks. I'll lap up your leftovers.
Yeah.
Sloppy
Wait till he
seconds.
gets all his sweaty hands all over for the review.
But I was gonna say something rude, but I won't. Yes, I will
My
make
hands
sure.
are grosser.
No, not at all what I was
Oh.
gonna say. When I am finished, I will clean it up nice for you, shine it up real nice, and you can use whatever one
You
you
know
want.
what? I might though, because this is not uncommon for me. I might think that I would prefer symmetrical, and then I get my hands on it for a while, and I'm like, I could be like,
Well, I
Well,
would.
you love the one that you're on now, and that's
I do, but my
apparently-
only complaint is that my thumb can get a little crampy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm interested to.
Worth a shot then. Yeah, I didn't think I really had much of a preference, but after using it this week, I do have a preference. Again, I can use it and it's okay, but I prefer asymmetrical, I guess.
I don't
The more
think
you
I
learn.
really have a preference.
The Wii U gamepad was symmetrical. You had one of those.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
It's been a long time.
You got a Switch Pro controller,
and
right?
it's not even it's a tool and it's for that specific thing. So I'm just gonna use it how
You
it
use what you
comes.
got. I get it. I thought
Even
I was
at
the
work,
same way,
like
but-
when it comes to changing settings or making something more comfortable for me, I generally just pick it up and use it however it is, because like I just don't really it doesn't really affect me that much that I need to have one way or another. I think
Tentavision, I see you saying no, the face buttons don't move. Yes, I could have phrased it better. The thumbstick will be above or below the face buttons. The face buttons remain in the same place. But it's again, what's that thing? 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. There you go.
the ultimate asymmetrical controller, though, Nintendo 64. That's on a whole different level.
I guess the D-pad and the thumbstick were asymmetrical, yes, but then you also have the buttons on the other side too, and you just most companies were like, we're going to ignore that part of the controller. That's for menus. Just worry about menus. That's what I wrote about on Patreon. You can get in on the conversation for $1. Let's get to news, Mom Brain.
Wait a minute.
You wait a minute. Just
For
a moment.
$1.
Thank you.
Finally.
All right, everybody. As I said last week at the Nintendo Direct, Capcom and Nintendo announced the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. 7 games in one package. And we found out people are very excited for this. As I said, it surprised me how much people were excited for this. But big chatter about this one. Chatter, not cheddar. And we got another piece of news that makes people even more happy. That's worth trumpeting from the rooftops. I'm surprised Capcom's not saying this more loudly and proudly. This game does not require a download on Switch. So if you go the physical route, which I imagine most people are going to want to go, you get all the games on the game card. They're all there. No download required, my friends.
This is why it took so long, because they had to figure out the technology to get it all there for you.
I mean, on a disc, it's not a problem, but on a game card, it's more expensive. So, but don't worry, everybody. You can get it, and it's all there on the game card, and you will forever have them. No worries about them disappearing or being yanked or online services ending, and you can't get them. Online services will end, and you won't be able to play these games online, but you'll always have the games to play locally. Plague has the first comment. Such a refreshing thing to have Capcom coming in the clutch with a forever copy of these legendary games. Adding rollback net code for online play is a love letter to us fighting game fans. I praise the Lord God for this. Yes, rollback net code is what you want if you have an online fighting game. It is crucial to get all the data as accurately sent back and forth to the players. So rollback net code and all the games on the Switch game card. Best of both worlds. Something's going on in the Discord that I am missing.
It's just
out on.
hand gifs, like funny hand gifs because of the controller talk. But oh my god,
that's great. That's great.
I don't know why that second one with the little hand up, because the hand is glistening. It makes it so funny. It's gross, but so funny.
Moving on from that story, there's the Pokemon trading. Oh, sorry, Deux. I should have alerted you. Pokemon news coming up. I know.
Oh no, I gotta leave the room.
Pokemon trading card game illustration contest.
I don't want any spoilers. Can we just skip the Pokemon news? Because I don't want to. I love the game so much. I don't want to spoil anything.
It's not a game. It's not a game.
What is it? Because I might not want spoilers of whatever this is.
There's no spoilers at all, so don't worry.
Can you spoil something?
The Pokemon trading card game illustration contest was going on. And this contest lets people who are Pokemon fans,
something was spoiled.
That's right. Come up with artwork that they submit to Pokemon Company, and then Pokemon Company basically decides
uses it for free and acts like they're doing you a favor by picking your artwork, and yet they, you know what? I'll let you say what it is.
Well, again. I
could tell it wasn't going to be right.
The contestants know that they're getting into this contest. It's not like their artwork's taken and they're surprised by what happens. They're submitting it. So,
well, yeah, you're also signing a waiver when you get surgery done too.
The whole point of the contest is to get your art on a card. You want your art to be on a card. That's the only reason you would submit to this. Like, the end result is what you're hoping for. You hope to be chosen for that. So.
It's like those Reddits where like people refuse to pay artists and they're like, it's going to be for your, people will see your content, man.
I hate to
it's
be
for
like
exposure.
This. I hate to be like this. It's not like that at all.
It's a contest, and
it's
the
contest
prize...
where the whole purpose is to get your art on the card. Yeah.
So the prize is art on a card.
Yeah. Yes. Well, no, you get money too on top of that. But yes, if you're chosen overall, I think 5. I might be wrong, but I think 5. No, $10,000, I believe.
Oh.
But I think 5 people get their artwork chosen to be on a Pokemon card. That is why you're entering this.
Some people
contest.
Who are not getting their art chosen.
That is right. But your artwork still may have a chance of getting featured on the contest website as well. They choose 300 submissions.
But there's some people who will not have that.
That is right. But they know going in.
I'm just trying to help the story along because I saw what it is.
The artwork is based off of already established Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay, so they're not making up new Pokemon that are being stolen by this company.
You are using Pokemon Company art to make your own idea for a card, yes. So you are drawing your idea of Pikachu or Sobble or Mr. Mime, however you want, in a new piece of art to be
Rule
used in a
34.
Pokemon card. Hopefully.
Could be cool
Also, if they're
For
running a
collectors.
contest, it's
because it could be fun to have like uniform art and then find like, oh, here's the special one with the
Well,
the user
yes,
submitted
these will be
art.
highly sought after too.
Yeah.
Like these are official cards, official Pokemon cards.
Official.
So the contest happened. The artwork was submitted. The website came online for 300 submission, the top 300 submissions, and people were like, "There's something fishy about some of these cards."
Reggie's kid one,
yeah,
right?
they're fish type.
Not surprisingly,
It was a Magikarp. What do you want?
some artists
What's wrong
decided
with
I'm going to submit artwork using AI.
Allegedly.
I knew it.
There's gonna be
Is
AI.
Oh my God.
all
Oh
Pokemon
my
cards
God.
featuring only
No,
AI.
They were using Gongon.
Not allowed.
He'll be gone.
So yes,
Ew.
there were a whole bunch of accusations of AI being used to generate some of these cards. Pokemon Company went through the artwork and they released a very diplomatic statement here. I'll read their statement. It says, "We are aware that select entrants from the top 300 finalists of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Illustration Contest 2024 have violated the official contest rules. As a result, entrants in violation of the rules have been disqualified from the contest. Furthermore, additional artists participating in the contest will soon be selected to be among the top 300 finalists. We're committed to upholding the integrity of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Illustration Contest and appreciate fans' continued support as we celebrate the artistic abilities of the talented Pokemon community." So they don't come out and say AI art, but it's obvious because we all know it was AI art. We all saw the cards that used AI art. It's completely
I think
obvious.
I know. So I submitted art. I took a photocopy of a Pokemon card and submitted that. So they probably weren't happy about that.
Probably not.
My bad.
You know what I like about a contest like that? I mean, I have no I'm very bad at drawing and all that. You know, I could.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. I could get by like at school to do simple things, whatever, to get my point across. But I think it's so incredible when you have the talent to take something that you really identify with and really love and make that your own and make it into art. I think that's whether that's your cat or a game or a TV show. I think that's such. There's something. There's something about that is so in the dictionary sense of the word intimate. It's like taking. It's like taking that thing and digesting it and then putting it back out there for. I just think that's awesome, and I always have. I'm assuming everybody who has art abilities like mine feels the same way. I feel so stunted that I can't do that. I can be creative in lots of different ways, but to draw or to paint, is just, I mean, I do have my.
Got that painting right behind us.
Yeah.
But I wish I could do that. And I think it's a very cool thing to be able to participate in and then to have it be acknowledged by the creators of that thing. It'd be
as being AI.
Yeah, right. I think about if David Lynch came over and was I really love, that sweater you knit. I'd be
the hell?
What? Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I totally understand it. Yes, to be able that's a major talent. Yeah, I could never do anything like that.
I should get some of the art that you have done for me. It's pretty great.
Well, I haven't. I don't recall transforming other people's art, but I've done some pieces I'm proud of because they're funny, not because they're good. But
I mean, Butt Boy is your bread and butter.
Butter.
So I just want to know how they decide that though.
Just
how do you know that somebody's art? How do you know that it's not somebody's art? Everybody has a different style.
How do you know? What do you mean? How something is AI and not AI?
Yeah.
You can run it through programs to see if AI has been used.
When I turn in papers, it goes automatically through Turnitin,
right?
And it's you plagiarized potentially X% of this paper. And I just did a research paper and it came up as borderline, but it's only because in my references section, I have to put the you have to put the
Mhm.
title and and a couple of phrases I used are very technical to my field, but it's not because they were plagiarized from someone. It's because that's the term that you use in the
Right.
field. But I imagine it's the same thing with art or
Well, plus with this kind of art, more often than not, they're using specific programs to get it done, and the artwork's created in layers, and you could reach out to the artist and say, can we see the layers for your artwork, because they should have all the and if they don't have those, then you're like, oh, this is a little fishy. Not doesn't officially mean it's AI, but it's something and then there's telltale signs of hands and coloring and
Right.
smoothness, and there's stuff. By the way, I open up this monkey ball thing. It comes with a Super Monkey Ball adventure book. I think you two should read it, because the first 8 pages are little profiles on all the characters.
That's a lot of pages to read.
So
right now.
it's short paragraphs.
I would have never thought Mimi's name was spelled like that.
I agree with
Interesting.
that.
I already learned something.
Because II isn't spelled like that, but Mimi is spelled like that. Yes, I agree.
I think that we should task you guys with creating a PowerPoint presentation.
It's homework.
We should do one of
I
those.
like
You know how
that.
people do those, like a PowerPoint night?
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
that'd be great.
You and I, let's put it this way. You and I would be excited to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like some of the Jackbox games.
Hmm.
And those are usually the games I'm not a big fan of. Like make a new invention and sell it and market it to your friends. And I'm just like, I don't know.
We could do it for each other.
Do you ever see the ones where it's like my friends and I got together and did a PowerPoint on what we do for a living? Like
I have
they
not seen
explain
it.
like
help
to their
explain to
friends.
them.
But I feel like we're all pretty. I mean, we are what Ramit does for a living.
But
so,
But like, I am not like, I need to go back to school to learn PowerPoint so I can
I could
have
show
a
you. It's easy,
night with friends.
easy peasy.
Google Slides. No
Yeah, Google
PowerPoint
Slides
anymore.
is-
Thank you. So anyway, that happened, and now they're being reworked. I would read you a comment, but it turned into a fight in the comment section, so I won't read you a comment. And there goes Deux to read the fight. I was like, as soon as I say this, I know he's going to read it.
I gotta know.
Well, how about this? Can you know and not bring it up on the show?
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to make you upset.
Well, is it about me?
No.
Then yeah.
Of course. Moving on. Palworld, which was the game that came up in a whole bunch of conversations because people were like, this is just Pokemon with guns, blah, blah, blah,
This is
blah, blah.
Pokemon run through an AI system, put it in the game.
It is not on Switch, and it probably won't be on Switch for technical reasons. So say the developers. Pocketpair CEO, Pocketpair is the company that makes it. Pocketpair CEO Takuro Mizobe says, so maybe it's hard to port to Switch just for technical reasons. They did not get into any more specifics than that. And people were thinking, oh, that's just code for Nintendo Pokemon Company getting mad at the developers. That is not the case. Because the developer went on to say that Nintendo and Pokemon Company have not reached out to Palworld Studio at all. They have said nothing. They have had no contact at all. So if Nintendo and Pokemon Company were going to do anything about like getting in touch, being like, we think you use Pokemon designs, they haven't done so yet. So there's no bad blood yet. Not saying anything is going to happen, but nothing has happened so far. So the game's just not coming to Switch because it would be technically a struggle for the Palworld developers, and they don't know that it's feasible. So why bother? They could just wait for the Switch's successor and then leave it at that. Conan Giga says, no shovel. I think most developers will not bother any longer when it leads to large amounts of time and money. They need to get their games in any playable condition on old grandpa Switch. Everyone knows about the next console at this point, and I'm sure most developers and companies have seen it behind closed doors. Pocketpair sure as hell isn't one of them, but they know it would be a fool's errand to port it so late into the game. I agree. I wouldn't use those harsh as of terms, but I agree with your sentiment. Yes. Doing it now would not make any sense, and they'd have to put years of work into it. It just now's not the time to do it. Top 20 games by active users and revenue for May 2024. Let's do some guesses here, people. Monthly active users. So you guys are guessing the game. We won't do the whole around. Just throw your guesses out. Games that people are playing the most right now.
Fortnite.
Active users. Fortnite is number 1, baby.
Call of Duty, bro.
Call of Duty, number 2.
What's that other one? Oh Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm asking you.
Helldivers.
Helldivers have the mighty have fallen. Helldivers not in the top 20.
Guys,
Good.
what is the game with the
FIFA.
building? The building.
Minecraft?
Minecraft.
Minecraft is number 3. It wouldn't be FIFA anymore. It'd be EA FC, but I don't. Yes, number 7. Very good.
So then there's got to be other sports.
Madden. Yes, number 18.
NBA.
NBA. Yes, number 16.
NHL.
That might be too far.
I've taken it too far. I've gone too far.
No NHL. I'm so sorry. You have done all these sports titles. I'll eliminate those. Just give me one more, any game, and
Grand
we'll
Theft
call it.
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
I'm
Yes.
sorry,
number
I was
5.
out. Was I out?
Beautiful.
No, no one's
No
out.
one's out.
There's no out here. So yes, we'll go with
I'll see
your
myself out.
top 20, starting with number 20. Valorant, Counter-Strike, Madden, League of Legends, NBA 2K24, Fallout 4, The Sims 4, Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Overwatch 1 and 2, Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, EA Sports FC, X Defiant, Grand Theft Auto 5, Roblox, Minecraft, Call of Duty, Fortnite. There you go.
I'm sorry. Counter-Strike, isn't that old or
Way
like
old, yeah.
So people are still.
Good game is a
Rocking
good
with
game
it.
forever. Yeah, they're
Roblox
still out
is
there.
on
That's
Roblox.
that's the boom headshot guy.
You are correct. Yes.
Really? That's a really old game then.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's still a great game.
Is that on any systems? Or that's just like a PC? Like a.
I want to say I don't know off the top of my head. It's mobile and PC.
No,
It's got to be on some system.
I don't think so.
Well,
Gotta look it up.
I'll look it up.
Man,
Roblox platforms.
Tony De La Mancha said Counter Strike 2 is newish. That was somebody at our
Windows,
school.
iOS, Android, Xbox One, Meta Quest 2, Quest Pro, and PlayStation 4. There you go.
Oh, wow.
There you go. That Roblox.
But it's not on
right now.
Switch. That's interesting.
No.
I feel like it would do well on Switch, wouldn't it?
I'm sure it would. Yes, I'm sure it'd do gangbusters. Maybe on Switch successor. We also have the top 20 games by revenue. So the games that are making money. Now that could mean through microtransactions or just because they're selling a lot of copies. Want to do a few guesses?
Fortnite.
Fortnite is number 1 here as well.
Roblox.
Roblox, yes, number 11.
Oh my gosh, I had a thought and now I just forgot.
Call of Duty, bro.
Call of Duty, number 3. I'll just take one more.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege, yes, number 16. Starting with number 20, E-Ring Elden R. DLC just came out.
Oh.
Helldivers 2, World of Warcraft, Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, Madden, League of Legends, Grand Theft Auto 5, MLB The Show 24, Roblox, Sea of Thieves, number 10, making bank on Sea of Thieves. It just came to PS5. So Valorant, Diablo 4, Destiny 2, number 6, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. So obviously not based on microtransactions and
PMAR.
no digital sales included, just retail sales of that game. Made it all the way up to number 6. Here's another interesting one. Number 5, Ghost of Tsushima. Which one did that just come out for PC, I think? Or
Oh,
something?
maybe that's why. Great game.
NBA 2K24, Call of Duty, EA Sports FC, and then Fortnite. There's your top picks, people. Slicer says, you dropped this Fortnite, and he has the crown emoji. Yep.
Beautiful.
Number 1, both charts. That's quite an achievement. Deux, you said this week, you were like, this week less busy than last week, and I said yes. And then I was almost going to correct myself, and I thought I'll save it for the show. So I've never seen Nintendo do this in all 20 years of covering Nintendo. They had a random like investor briefing meeting.
Ooh,
It
about
was
the
not
hedges
on
finally?
it was not on their IR calendar. I was on the treadmill walking, and like I saw a Japanese thing come up, and I X post, and I touched it, and I like went to the link, and I was like, oh no, what's this? And I like I'm scrolling, and my heart sank. It was like 18 different questions. I was like, oh God, no, I have to cover this now. So I finished up on the treadmill and spent 2 hours covering this thing that I didn't even know was coming. No official. Oh, I didn't check today. Oh, here comes another heartbreaker. It's going to say no official English translation for this stuff yet. But let's see how sad I get in the next minute. So as investor questions, you know how it works. Some weird ones, some not weird ones. You mother fudger. Why can't this be easy?
I think you should settle down.
Okay, I'm getting there. I'm at the English page for the thing.
Great job. You
Okay.
found it.
What's today?
Today's the 29th.
Okay, good. There's nothing new.
You want to hear something?
My sister had a baby.
I talked to my mom today.
Oh boy, are we in trouble?
No.
She told you happy birthday.
No. She was like, all right, well, I'll talk to you whenever. And I was like,
She's playing coy.
I was about to fill in for her. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
She's playing coy.
I don't know. It's possible that I did just send her a pattern for cat socks. I want her to
Prepare
knit.
yourself
so.
for failure.
Yeah, I gotta. Can we speed this up? I gotta go pick up Mom Brain's mom from the airport. Oh,
So they did this investor briefing, and we have some translations of some of the questions, all the ones that I deemed worth your time. Thanks to Oatmeal Dome on this one. They
Great
are
name.
a great Twitter account or X account where
Oatmeal.
they translate some Japanese Nintendo stuff. I really appreciate them. Nintendo talked about AI because, of course, the investors were like, what about AI? When are you going to use more AI?
He
We
said,
want
don't
AI
worry,
in-"
Super Monkey Ball is coming to the Switch.
And we got more than AI. We got AI. Nintendo said that generative AI can be used for creative purposes. They are aware of this, but there are problems related to intellectual property rights. So Nintendo's basically saying, we can't use this AI stuff because it steals everybody's content and farts out something else and pretends it's new, because obviously it's happening to Nintendo. And Nintendo says they want to have a flexible attitude with AI. But what's most important to them is prioritizing the best possible game experience. So, like, we know AI's out there. Don't ask us these questions, really. So
They said, we know
That's what you wanna
AI's out
hear.
there. How do you think we came up with the new Echoes of whatever game? Nobody worked on that. It was all AI.
Echoes
of-
yes,
what
Echoes
is
of
it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
They forgot what their own game was called that they're promoting
Yep.
because they let AI do
No,
everything.
they knew it was EOW, so they said Echoes of whatever.
EOW. Joe Shabadoo says, Echoes of Wisdom. I got you. Joe Shabadoo says, yeah, exactly the
Yow.
sort of half answer that should just keep the average investor from crying while also not committing to anything and acknowledging that the whole space and subject is a terrible minefield. Yeah, it really was the perfect. As far as being a fan of Nintendo and not a fan of generative AI when it comes to artwork, that's the answer you want to hear. Nintendo being like, we know that's out there and we see people are doing things. Also, there's issues and we just want to make fun games. So yeah, great answer. Here's the real quick version. Nintendo's not going to use AI. There you go.
It's like
Also, the
Tim
image
and
at the top of
Eric-
this post, I used AI to generate.
Oh, look at you.
I thought it would be appropriate.
So meta.
All kinds of kind of right, kind of wrong pictures of Mario. That
like
middle
the-
top one is a great
The
one.
Tim and Eric answer or something of like, hey, I want to make great games. Hey, I don't care what other companies are doing. Hey, I'm not going to use it.
Nintendo also talked about considering sequels and new IP. So obviously Nintendo always does sequels. If you want more of your favorite Nintendo franchises, chances are pretty good you're going to get more. Mr. Takahashi at Nintendo said that they are considering various options for the future when it comes to games. And that includes both games for franchises that Nintendo fans love, as well as brand new games. So they said they want a mix of both. And obviously they did not share specifics as to what they are doing. But if you want some new IP from Nintendo, you'll get it. Just they're not going to say what. We get new IP from Nintendo all the time. Just that people don't like to acknowledge it. Some people would be like, the last new IP Nintendo did was Splatoon. Sure, if you're looking at character-centric IP, that would be the case. It would also be wrong.
Arms.
Switch alone gave you ARMS. and Nintendo Labo and Garage Builder
Snipper
game.
Clips, did they do
And I will count
Wrong.
Snipper Clips because they published it, but they weren't the only developer on
they
it.
made 1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch, exactly. They did I was a free giveaway, but they did the Jump Rope Challenge game. Like, they have new IP all the time. It's just people are like, new IP, Mario, Zelda, give us one of those.
Get ready. We're gonna get a new AIP.
North America, what do we got this week? Let me tell you.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
Baby, lock the
hell's
door
going
and
on
turn
here?
the light.
Just thought
That got us claimed. We can't play that anymore. Thank you. Here's what North America got. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
IP.
Are you getting it?
I still have it on the DS, so I'm.
3DS.
Dark of the Moon. Dark
Oh
Moon.
wow! Then my version must be really fancy.
Yes, it was Dark Moon here. We don't know why they called it Dark Moon here and 2 in Europe, but now they were like, okay, it's just 2 now. So 2 everywhere.
I'm interested to see what it, how it is on the Switch and all that, but I don't know.
Digital Foundry gave it glowing praise, and they were like, it looks very nice, it sounds very nice. It's what Nintendo does with their HD games. It's not going to blow you away. It's not a complete remake, but as far as an HD remaster goes, it's very
I
nice.
remember the controls being a little annoying. Something
Well,
about
that shouldn't be a problem in this one. I mean, if you did Luigi's Mansion 3 just fine, then this should be fine too.
it's the same controls as
Did
that.
it use touchscreen though?
No, it
3DS?
didn't. It was something about it didn't have the full I forget, you had to use like some buttons to go up and down, but you aimed
R?
with I don't remember exactly how
I
it
think used
was,
R.
but there was something with the control scheme on the 3DS that was kind of like, it was easy to play, it was fine, but you were kind of like, oh, I wish this was on, the whatever at the time, the GameCube or the Wii U or
During the 3DS, the Wii U.
yeah.
I remember playing it and always like, depending on where Luigi was facing, I would always end up doing the vacuum in the wrong direction.
Yes. Okay.
Always
So it
did.
wasn't me. Just
Yeah.
me.
No. It's
So
me
like-
and you.
I mean, that would have been a great idea for them with the Wii, right? To have like well, you don't want to do a first person. You want to see Luigi, but like have that sort of experience of like using a flashlight in that space.
Yes, they did not.
Let's go back
Not
in time
capitalized.
and figure that out, Nintendo.
Also available, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, and it's physical and digital. And there's the legendary Banana edition if you want. That has the adventure book, reversible cover, banana suit included, and then those same things in French.
Adventure.
Adventure book.
Get
And
out of that banana suit and go to work.
let's see. I'm a sucker for a reversible cover. It's not very good. Nicky, will you hold this up to the camera?
Oh, look at
There's
that.
your reversible cover. You know what?
No.
Hope we see it.
You know what?
Yeah.
Give it to us.
I'm a
straight.
nice guy.
What are we gonna do?
Hold that up to the camera. Don't say anything. Just hold it up to the camera. Just hold it up to the camera. Just hold it up to the camera.
Which,
Oh
just
my
the
God.
outside.
You got it.
Can you do this?
I'm doing it. It's done. Good luck, somebody. All right, that's enough. Take it down. Take it down. Can you put that back in there, please? If you're watching the show, maybe you got yourself something special.
Which side do you want?
The normal side.
Quick, dude, quick.
You got to have the game. It doesn't matter if you don't have the game.
Oh, what? I don't even see what.
It's for that.
Oh.
I mean, I have the game's physical right here. I
Yeah.
can't give them that. Anyway, Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. Either of you guys pick that up?
Not yet.
I'm waiting.
Isn't
That's going to be physical, right?
coming
Isn't
up
that?
as-
There will be a physical, yes.
But it's not available yet, right?
it is the physical's not available.
I don't want to screw this up. You have to let me know when the physical's
I want
out.
to say July 11th or 12th.
I gotta
Pre-orders
remember to
start.
order
The
like
that.
to get
digital
this
version
physical.
is
Dude, he ain't no
available.
spider or fly, so just
The
Oh.
digital version is available right now. The physical has not opened pre-orders. No, it will
And the
not be
physical is only-
available. Then pre-orders will open July 11th or 12th.
Through
I think.
through limited run.
Through limited run. Yes,
Yeah.
they have not revealed the details of what it includes yet.
weird.
Okay.
What?
I was gonna
You're
ask.
safe.
I was gonna ask you,
You have
to
missed
like
nothing.
Thank you.
when you see it goes live, since you're on the inside,
I'll let
just
you know.
or just order it for me and I'll pay you back or something.
I could do one or the other. Yeah, either way. Also available, 34 Sports Games World Edition.
34 Skidoo.
A Street
Nope.
Cat's Tale
Skibbity.
2. Outside is dangerous. Tell me about it. I agree. Air Sea Modern Conflict. Aqua Puzzle Adventures. Boat Driver Ship Parking Simulator. Cape's Escape Game, 9th Room. Climbing over it with a spear only up. Construct Farm. Dead Station 2. Echolocation. Ooh. Topple Zip, the PC 8801 version. Escape from the Tower. Flying Tank. Food Truck Simulator. Fortress Challenge. Frogue. That's F-R-O-G-U-E because it's a rogue game where you play as a frog. So it's called Frogue.
Yeah, I saw that.
Garten of Ban Bundle 1, 2, 3, and 4. Giganosaurus Dino Sports. Good Guys. Hot Blood. How to Sing to Open Your Heart Remastered.
That's beautiful.
I Love Finding Cats and Pups Collector's Edition. Jewel Match Atlantis Solitaire Collector's Edition. Last Night of Winter. Make it Yakitori. Yakitori is that frying up pieces of meat thing at those special Asian restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Mega Ramp Car Jumping. Merge Block Puzzle. Neo Sprint. Remember, you in particular might remember. Remember the arcade game? I don't remember what it's called, but it was a top-down racer where the cars were very small and you could see the whole course. And it almost in the arcade almost always had a steering wheel.
RC
Beep, beep.
Racers. RC
Not that
something.
similar, but this game you can see the whole map at once. That's what this is like. Atari did like a new version of that. Nocturnal Visitors. Off-Road Masters Motocross Races. Where is my
Sorry.
music?
I mean, this would be my third.
Planetarian, The Reverie of a Little Planet, and Planetarian Snow Globe. You can get both of those visual novels in one package. Radiant Tale Fanfare. Room Renovator Furniture Decor Simulator. Mom Brain. That sounds like you might like it. Shogun, not based off the show or the book. So Much Stuff
Or
3.
the gun.
Or the gun. So Much Stuff 3. Odds and Ends Collector's Edition. Spirits Chronicles Born in Flames
Is that a
Collector's
game about our
Edition.
basement?
Oh. Star Stripes and Sub Games Collector's Edition. Switch Race. Synaxarion. Great Martyr
Cyaxaries?
Theodore the Tyro. I don't know. Say it again?
Cyaxaries.
What's that from?
Young and the Restless.
Oh. Chia? Probably saying that wrong. Tsukahime, a blue glass moon. I'm sorry. Let's try this again. Tsukahime. And then the thing just scrolled away from it. Last time. Tsukahime, a piece of blue glass moon. There you go. Ultra Hard, Spot the Difference Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Venari, Escape Room Adventure. Vera Blanc, Supernatural
You
Mysteries.
get a Venari disease when you play
Oh.
ultra hard too much in the wrong places without. Is there a protection game?
And you know what else gives you a Venari disease? Whacking Hell. The game that's also on the Switch. And then finally, Yori's Journey, Forgotten Origins. Steister says, enough already. Who cares about North America? What are the next European masterpieces?
Yori's Journey. That sounds familiar, but I guess it's not, right?
I don't recognize
What are the
it.
next European
Like Yori
masterpieces?
as a character.
Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Bravo, Yade.
Thank you, Josh.
I think you're thinking of Yuri.
Yeah.
Yuri
Yuri.
is different.
Yori.
Y-O-R-I versus
Hey,
Y-U-R-I.
you say tomato, I say potato.
I believe it.
Two totally different things. European Switch eShop releases for the week of June 27th, the year of our Lord 2024. We are like halfway through the year, folks.
Yep,
But that doesn't mean we're halfway through the hits. Let's go.
that's right.
Let's see what we're getting
This
this
is
week.
a week of like notable games.
Fortress Challenge. Fort Boyard.
That is a
Chef Fort Boyardee.
That's what I was thinking.
that's a reality show in Europe that's been on for a very long time.
Oh.
Hmm.
Luigi's Mansions. Just single. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Should have been called Luigi's Mansions, though, and that one.
I think it should have been called Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansions. Radiant Tale Fanfare. What? Spy Anya. Operations
Hooting!
Memories.
That's why Mom Brain's been saying an ooting. It's
Or maybe I should just call it X.
Nope. It's Spy. The series is Spy Family. The
I
main
thought we only
character
pronounced
is
the
Anya.
X.
We don't pronounce the X.
Spianya.
And this is based on the anime. The first console game based on the hit anime.
Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble, Go Get Your Ai and Gong Gong and Mimi and Baby and
Is it Gong with a G like
Nope.
Guang?
Geo and
Gone.
Like okay.
Gone. Space Gone.
You know, Chia.
That's what I said.
Chikia. Sukuhime. There it is. Found it. A piece of blue glass moon. A street cat's tail. 2.
A street cat named Desire.
Mm-hmm.
Stelio. No, it doesn't work. Can't think of anything else.
Meow.
Battle
I've
Crush.
always
Battle
depended on the catnip of strangers.
I'll give that applause too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Battle Crush is in early access and it is free to play. So hop in and give it a shot.
Beyond Good and Evil, the 20th anniversary edition. Bikini Beach Anime Girls Assault. Boat Driver Ship Parking Simulator. If you've had enough of your car parking and your truck parking, get some ship parking.
I've had enough of this ship.
Nice. Capes Escape Game 9th Room. Captain Backwater. Construction Farm. Construct Farm. Construct Farm.
I'll take both of those.
Construct. I don't know. Echo Location.
I did not do this list. That's a typo. It's echolocation.
Echo Location. Topple Zip. The PC 8801 game, whatever. Flying Tank. Frog. All right. Because it's a rogue game, but you play as a frog. Frog. Not Fruge. Frogun.
That's correct, yes.
Frogun?
We talked about this last time when the first one came out. I was saying Frogun. Or
Froggen. Sure.
Like noggin.
Sure.
Froggen Encore.
This is the sequel.
Yeah. You like Froggen? Play the Froggen Encore.
I did like Frogun.
Go Jump. Not Gone Jump. Go Jump. Good Guys. Grass Cutting Simulator.
I don't need a simulator.
You know, but I hear when you play the Grass Cutting Simulator, you get like real sweaty and stinky in all
Does it make
within
me
your house.
No allergies when you play that game, though.
Yeah.
Did you hear me like
No,
carrying
if you
on
want
like a
that-
dad outside?
Yeah, I did.
If you want that, you got to play Grass Cutting Simulator. That you got to get the DLC for the allergy
The
simulator.
allergy pack, yeah.
Do you have an electric
Allergy
lawnmower?
pack. It's beautiful.
Yes.
There's something about it. The Sweet McKeat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something. Our neighbor a couple doors down has one, and it's a push mower, and I was like, has she lost it? Because it makes no noise. So she's out like pushing it around, and I'm like,
Well, maybe the battery died too.
I don't think so, because she was pushing it
Man,
pretty
this grass grows
easily.
fast.
So, but it was just like one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, it's probably electric.
Well, it does
Boogie,
have,
boogie,
Woogie, woogie.
you know, it does self-propel itself, and you don't have to have the motor on for it to do that. So mine does make noise when it's cutting, but
Yeah,
when I'm just going, back to the shed or something, it's just like.
but it's not like a motor. Like my mower is like.
It's nothing.
It,
It's
carries
nowhere
on.
near. I can definitely tell now the difference. I
Yeah.
was just used to gas-powered mowers until I got this one, and now whenever a neighbor does anything, it's like, what are they doing out there? I'm looking out.
I actually got to work on my mower.
They're
Something's
so
up with
loud.
My mower deck.
I can vouch. Dew was complaining about neighbors making noise.
Did
Not
you,
about
did you
lawn
see
mowing.
the thing that I sent you guys? The
Yes.
neighbor
Yes.
being a father or whatever
I forgot to
means
look
like
at it.
once you hear the neighbor turn on their mower, like you got to get back out there or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I feel that way in the winter when I hear people shoveling. I'm like, oh crap, I got to get out there.
I'm that way in the wintertime too. Yeah, that's funny.
Grass Cutting Simulator. Greedy Snake. How to Sing to Open Your Heart Remastered. Lost Pixel. Magnus Trilogy. Make It Yakitori. Mega Ramp Car Jumping. Merge Block Puzzle.
Merv.
Neo Sprint, Nocturnal Visitors. Ooh, lock the doors. We got
Oh,
Nocturnal
no, did you have a
Visitors.
nocturnal
Mom,
visitor?
the visitors are back.
Planetarium Snow Globe, Planetarium, The Reverie of a Little Planet in Snow Globe. So I
You
guess
get
you can get
s-
Snow Globe by itself, or you can get the double package.
Planetarium, the Reverie of a Little Planet was already out individually. Snow Globe just came out individually, but now you can get both games in a bundle if you want.
Okay.
Weird that Little Big Planet, traditionally Sony, would come to the Switch.
Well, they took out the big, so
Yeah.
it worked.
And they also replaced Planet with Snow Globe. They thought they can get away with it.
They didn't get past me.
Room Renovator, Furniture Decor Simulator, Shogun. That's not based on the movie or the TV show or the book
Or the planet.
or the planet. Planet?
It's a Planet of the Apes joke from The Simpsons. Ripped it off.
Sneaky Rat.
Oh, may
Springtime.
the sneaky rats eat your eyes.
Wait, I need a description of Sneaky Rat.
I'll get on that for you.
You sneak around eating eyes.
I hope it
It's
has
true. You don't have to look it
PlayStation 1 graphics.
Springtime,
I don't believe any of that.
just in time. Supermarket Simulator Grocery Empire 3D. The Alpha Wolf. Vera Blanc.
The Alpha
Super-
Cream Wolf.
Love that game.
Sorry.
Love that game.
Vera Blanc. Supernatural Mysteries. Whacking Hell. And Wild West Tycoon Empire.
Oh, whacking hell.
Is there a comment, Nicky?
Sinfield 99 says, cue the Wave Race options tunes. Now that good
What is
now
happening?
that Beyond Good and Evil looks like a right sweet release.
It is sweet to see. I agree. Mom Brain.
Hmm?
Help the rat get to the cheese and Sneaky Rat.
Yes.
A,
Yes.
A rat-loathing cat is watching from above, waiting to pounce on any rodent it sees. In this Sokoban-esque puzzler, that means box pushing, so kind of like Cat Trap.
Oh my god.
Move the mirrors and boxes located in each level to block the light paths, then reach the cheese without being seen to win. Can you beat all 50 levels and become the sneakiest rat?
I can.
Available now for $6. It is not PlayStation 1 graphics. It's like, old, looks like a Super Nintendo game. Just it's
Did I say-
push and box
Did I
puzzle
say
game.
Sinfield? Maybe it's Sinfeld. I don't know.
We'll let them tell
Sorry
us next week.
for ruining your name.
Very quickly, I'll tell you that. Remember the guy that got arrested for making bomb and murder threats against Nintendo?
Yeah.
He has been to court now. And he has he took the stand and all that stuff. He admitted to the charges. He said, quote, "The more I lost in Splatoon 3, the more frustrated I would become." So, of course, that's why you threaten to kill people.
Wow.
The prosecution is seeking a 1-year prison sentence, and the prosecution also claimed that Nintendo suffered 700 million yen in damages. You might be like, that sounds crazy, but they canceled 2 events that they were putting together because of this,
Wow.
because they didn't want people to get blown up. So we will keep you abreast of whatever happens, but there you go. He lost in Splatoon so many times that he wanted to
Wow.
kill people.
I would have
So
thought
the
like
end.
would have gone
You
the
needed a cool wet rag.
Tell me about it.
gone the route of like throwing a can of paint at their sign or something.
Nope. Kill.
No,
Kill
because they just had it repainted.
0 to 60.
Mhm.
And then we're going to end this on a very light note. This is a great story. Donkey Kong. It's a weird name, but we all see it as normal now because we've been saying it for decades. We got access to a old courtroom document from back when Universal and Nintendo were in a legal battle over King Kong and Donkey Kong, which Nintendo ended up winning, so Donkey Kong could continue on without issue. This court document revealed a whole bunch of other names that Nintendo was considering for Donkey Kong before they got to Donkey Kong. And let me read you the list.
I can't
King
believe-
Kong, Godzilla.
I thought some of them were good, and as you're going down the list, man, they
There's
get
some that are
great.
great. Yeah. Funny Kong, Kong the Kong, Jack Kong, Funky Kong. So look at that. Funky Kong made it. One of my personal favorites, Bill Kong, Steel Kong, Giant Kong,
Steel Kong is a porn name.
Big Kong. Hold on, because there's Kong Down and Kong Dong, which would be a porn name. I also love Mr. Kong, Custom Kong, Kong Chase. These two are great.
Yeah.
Kong Boy.
Yep.
Kong Boy and Kong Man.
Yep.
That could have been Diddy and Donkey. We could have been playing as Kong Boy and Kong Man.
That's what I'm going to be calling him, I think, from now on.
It's so good. Kong Fighter, Wild Kong, Rookie Kong, and another great one, Kong Holiday.
Kong Holiday is great. Like
Yes.
Doc Holiday,
Yep.
I guess.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
that's so funny.
Well,
So many good ones. Kong Boy and Kong Man.
but
are
like,
so
doesn't
good.
this prove the connection with King Kong? Or is Kong like does Kong mean something?
Look it up.
I
Look it up.
don't have the time. To
So I
look
guess
it
it definitely means his name wasn't going to be Monkey Kong, and they like screwed up the first letter.
They chose
that's how-
Donkey because Miyamoto wanted stubborn because he's the bad guy. So they were like, let's look up stubborn animals. A donkey's stubborn. The end. There you go.
Man, it's brilliant.
And then somebody else there was like, but sir, we already have written down Kong Boy and Kong Man. We don't need these other names. It's like, nope.
Bill though.
Bill is very good. I love Bill Kong.
Yeah.
Well, the
Donkey.
name,
So there's two,
there's
know,
only one name better.
What?
Your favorite,
Frank Kong.
Frank.
But you can't do
Kong.
Frank Kong because it's too much. So the multiverse theory. There's one where Donkey Kong became a video game star. There's one where he just is a regular guy, and that's Bill Kong. He just went on Bill Kong. I love these names so much. Rick Fillet says, I don't know why, but Bill Kong sticks out to me more than Kong Dong. I imagine it's Donkey
Hang on,
Kong.
be quiet. Can you hear the lawnmower?
No.
Oh, because you just mowed today.
I mowed today.
I imagine it's Donkey Kong, but in a business suit with a slick back fur on his head, but he's also balding, who's possibly slightly behind on his taxes. He's trying his best, though. Working his 9 to 5, also job at the banana factory in middle management. His boss is very cranky, pun intended, and asks him to stay over all the time to finish writing up reports. Doesn't get home until 9 p.m. The kids are already in bed. Dinner's in the fridge, and the missus is too tired for her job to spend any quality time with Bill. I don't blame Bill Kong for getting a little angry and acting out from time to time. Yep, Bill doesn't have that great of a life.
Oh, and those barrels, they're whiskey barrels. Or bourbon
Oh,
barrels.
Bill's got a problem.
No wonder they're so easy for him to like
Friend of
pick
Bill.
up and
'Cause
roll
they're
because they're
empty.
empty. Yeah.
Wow. Friend of Bill. There you go. So great names all around, Nintendo. We will take any of them. Introduce a new character. You can introduce a new monkey character and give us Bill Kong and Man Kong and Boy Kong and Kong Holiday. Give us all of them. I want them all.
Kong Man and Kong Boy, is that what they were? Or,
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yes, you're right. I just love that Funky Kong was one that they were like, this is too good to leave behind. We got to go with Funky
true.
Kong.
That is funny. I like to think that they didn't even consult this list ever, like from the moment they wrote it, and then years later when they were looking, somebody else was like Funky Kong, not knowing about this list.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I like to.
Yeah.
That's my lore as far as how Funky
All that
came
matters
about.
is we got back to it. It came back. And then they just ditched all those names and went with Lanky and Candy and what else? What do we got? Baby, hate Baby so much. Dixie.
It's amazing that Baby is so bad when Man and Boy are so good. You know, like it's kind of in that same ballpark, but it's not even
Yeah.
close as far as
Not.
hilarity is concerned.
Yeah. Man, it's just Man and Boy are funnier than Baby in general.
So much funnier.
Just it's.
I wish Mario's name was Man Boy
I guess
instead.
Kong is king,
There you go.
maybe.
King is stubborn king.
But then King Kong would be King King.
Well,
I
that's
guess.
Universal's fault,
Yeah.
not our fault. And there you go. That's your top stories. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
I have been playing 1000 Resist,
How's it going? What
Uh,
chapter? Hair to hair.
hair to hair.
By the way, our massive interview with Sunset Visitor just came out this week. Man, was that a fun interview. All kinds of interesting insight in
Remy
that.
Sue.
Thank you. Thanks to Remy and the whole Sunset Visitor team for putting that together. It was my honor, privilege, and pleasure. And also, we're toying with the idea of doing something else. What that is, we're not sure yet, but stay tuned. We'll figure something out.
Exciting.
But anyway, Mom Brain, what chapter are you
A
on?
Go Nintendo game.
I believe I finished chapter 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I left off.
Okay. Can you speak about your time spoiler free? Minor spoiler.
Yeah. I feel like I am now sort of like we kind of reached the apex of like mystery and intrigue. And I'm, now sort of there's like a few things that I think are still unresolved for me, but like I feel like okay, this is all coming together really, really nicely.
See, I told you you'd be fine.
I've been just
Swimming.
In raw sewage. I love it.
There we go. It continues to be a fantastic experience for me. The emotions that like some of this part is evoking or are evoking are a little bit different than from the beginning. And maybe it's because the beginning I think focused a lot more on like what went on before the game. And there's like sentimentality attached to that for me. And now it's more like, okay, but what are we dealing with right now? I love it. I just love it. It feels like nothing I have felt in a game before. Although, what was the one?
Mario.
No. The one that
Cat Trap.
was so you played it and like loved it, and it was so
Honey Pop.
emotional. We all played it, I think.
Real answers. Life is Strange.
No, yeah, real answers.
1000
Yes, but
Resist. That's what he played.
no,
right?
it was.
Oh, the monster game.
You're all. It's like at the end of the world. Was there a farewell in the title?
Life is Strange.
No.
Kentucky Route Zero.
Life
Tron
is-
Legacy.
Shoot,
Tron
you
something.
loved
Farewell.
it. You loved it. You were like
It's the
so
Wii game.
moved by it.
It's the Wii game. You love it too. The soundtrack.
What you played
Fragile
one?
Dreams.
There we go.
That's the one.
Farewell Ruins.
Farewell Ruins of the
of
Moon.
the Moon.
Yeah, it does have a
You
little
knew
bit
what
of that
she was
vibe.
saying? You just let us all kind of.
You let
I
me
just thought of
suffer?
it now. I just
Oh.
thought of it now.
Do you know I close one eye when I have to think really hard? Did you ever
Mhm.
notice that?
Yes, I did. We've been together a long time.
Yeah.
Keep the thoughts in.
25 years, actually, as of
That's
this week.
right. We just had our 25th
It
anniversary.
makes sense. You want to shut down some motor skills so you can.
It's,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like getting, but it's
Processing power.
always,
It's like closing tabs on a phone or something.
it's always my right eye, never my left, always my right.
Hmm.
And it's, if I'm pointing, like if I'm trying to tell somebody, like happens at work a lot where like a teaching assistant will be like, oh, where's the Velcro? And I'm like, it's like, if you just go, I close one eye. Anyway, it gives me that sort of feeling and experience where you really you get kind of like a homesick sort of feeling. I don't know. It's very complicated how it makes me feel, and I'm very much enjoying it. And I know I'm close to the end.
You got 3 chapters. You got a good chunk left.
No, I have. Oh yeah. So
8, 9, 10.
yeah. So so
Close
that's
that eye.
that.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'm glad it's doing those things for you, and I'm glad I'm not a crazy person. Is that it?
That is it, and I'm going to go use the facilities.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
I was playing some
Is
Tetris
that what I
Connect.
sound like?
Oh,
Yeah. Played it a little earlier this week, and then this weekend they have their weekend challenges. So I got in that. I was in the rankings for helping out the team. Little connection to Beyond Good and Evil. DBUTT.
Don't break up the
Don't
team.
break up the team.
Carlson and Peters.
by the way, did you mean Tetris Effect Connected?
Yep.
Just making sure.
Yep. Correct me. Tetris Effect corrected.
Oh, very
Um,
good.
And just solitaire. And that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and my cell phone thing. But
I'm blinded by daylight.
I've
Good
been
to see.
slipping on that. Missing days. Dude, what you been playing?
Hi, Tony.
Ooh, played some Animal Crossing New Horizons. Nothing new on that front. Played some
Old Horizons.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Fortnite's still really, really fun. It's like I said before, my favorite season so far. Can't stop playing it. It's so fun that we've got a couple extra friends that are kind of back playing more and more with us. It's made me happy that friends like it and want to play more, but it's also made me sad because our awesome squad of 4 that we had really curated is now never 4 anymore. We're not 4 anymore, and there's nothing we could do about it. But I've also tried out the new Fortnite Reload. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a smaller island that's classic. It's got like a lot of classic areas. I don't know how spot on they are to the classic areas that they're mimicking, but it seems like it's pretty spot on for the
For
most
the most
part.
part, yeah. They just cram them all closer together. There's a couple pieces like missing here and there, but by and large, it's
Yeah.
the spots you
And it's
remember.
more of a traditional Fortnite, no fancy weapons or anything like that, just kind of regular weapons, and only 40 teams or 40 squads of 4. And I don't know how many for the duo. They came out with a duo version,
Yeah, I haven't
and
played
I don't know how
duos yet.
many. But I've been playing it just to get like the daily XP that you get with it. So I drop in to a duos game just myself, and took me so long because I am not good at that version. But I kind of like it. It's cool in its own way. But to be honest, it's just not as exciting for me as just like the regular season is. So played some of that, and then last but certainly not least, I have beaten 1000 Resist,
Oh.
and it was excellent.
Hecky praise.
You didn't Hecky Alamo.
Hecky Alamo.
You didn't oversell it at all, RMC.
good.
It was
Great.
it was excellent. I mean everything. Like, what can I say that you haven't said about it? Really, like
So much.
well, I mean, without spoilers, I guess
That's very
nothing.
difficult.
But yeah, it was terrific. It was really, really great. Really emotional. I found myself wanting to like devour it and get to the next story bit, but at the same time, each chapter was so powerful that like when the chapters were over, you kind of wanted to take like a break, and
And it dumps you right into the next chapter, and I'm always like, all right, I'll just
Well, you get the
see where
save
it
menu.
puts me. You know, like
there's a couple of
I've earned a
times
cheese.
where I turned the game on and it just goes right in, like loaded it up. So I don't know if it knew I was going to just hit continue or what. I didn't understand why that was happening. There was like something that happened that was very like Eternal Darknessy or like Psychomantasy.
yeah.
And like I was just like, wait a minute, what's happening here? But yeah, excellent. And the song that's used in the trailer, there's apparently it's like a side quest, like you don't even have to.
I was going to ask you this. Did you not get that?
No, I got it.
Oh,
It was the greatest part of the game.
That's what I said to Mom Brain. She didn't see it. She missed
It's a shame. It
with
was
the box.
Oh, wow. It's not exactly that part, but it's one of the side things where it's like a memory gets. It's that.
It was unbelievable.
That moment.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
it was the
moments in that
greatest.
game that I love, but that moment in particular is such a. Everything about that is so. That particular moment, so perfectly written. It's like, man, it's one of the most impactful moments in a game. It's such. And you should look it up on YouTube because it's incredible.
Of that moment, I found the last like couple of chapters to be extra heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And you know, overall, I liked it, but I have to say, like, I was really heartbroken towards the end, to the point where I was like, they're not gonna, like, I can't believe they're ending it like this, like between particular characters and stuff. But I'm not complaining. I mean, it's just so wonderful, and it really had me in its grips. I actually wanted to, you can never play it again probably, but like I kind of wanted to play it again and just pay a little more extra attention to things.
I'll do that for sure.
That happened in the beginning. But it's just a really, really interesting story. It's so well told. There's so many different like timelines. I don't want to say timelines, but like, you get stories from the past and it like jumps through, back and forth between past and present and things like that. And it just does it so well. Tells the story really, really well. And even though a lot of it is pretty fantastical, I wasn't bothered at all. Like, I totally bought it. I was totally in for the ride the entire time. I was trying to scour the internet afterwards to see if, like, to find people who were talking about it. And there are people who are praising it. I was disheartened to see a lot of people kind of like equating it to Neon Genesis Evangelion, which anyone who listens to this knows I absolutely don't understand. So I'm in the minority in that respect, because for me, this was just an amazing piece of art from top to bottom. I just don't, it's one of those things like you were saying, RMC, yeah, they could make a movie or a TV show or like even a book, but I just don't, there's something about the medium of playing the game, and like it just takes you to the next level where it's not just a story that you're experiencing, like you are part of it. Just because even though there's not really gameplay involved, you're just a part of it. And it was just it had me the entire time. And I thought that the PlayStation 1 graphics were really good. I actually liked them. I came to.
I want to stress, Deux.
It's better than PlayStation 1.
It's not. No, I'm not saying it's better. It's not PlayStation 1 by any means at all. It's
whatever.
It's no. I
feel like an idiot already.
I'm speaking from a factual point, not from like you think it looks bad. I think it looks good. I just want to stress it.
I got my facts wrong. Who would have thought? Ladies and gentlemen,
PS2 game, PS3 game as far as character models go, definitely PS2 game as far as environments go. That's what I would say.
Well, doesn't matter that it looked bad, because it looked good. So you don't say anything else.
Okay.
But
put that on the box. Doesn't matter that it looked bad, because it looked good.
Yeah, no, it was really great, really special. I'm glad it's getting great reviews. I would hope people would, pick it up or play it or seek it out or play the demo or something. If you've ever played a story game and you like those, I would definitely highly recommend it. And don't worry about figuring out what the title means. I have no idea what it means. And, if you think it's a dumb title, you shouldn't be thinking that. I just am throwing that out there. It has nothing to do with me or anything. But yeah, I just I don't have any complaints. I'd say, maybe a new title, but other than that, great game, excellent game. It's going down in the history books for me. I'm glad I played it.
It's still rated overwhelmingly positive on Steam, 97% out of 100%.
Yeah, it's really great. And I don't know, I'm just spinning my wheels now. So thanks for listening. I'm glad that I got to share that with you. And I thank you, RMC, really. Like, to be honest, I mean, if it weren't for you, I would have never played it. I don't care if I saw 100 reviews for it that said it was a 10 out of 10. I would have never, ever played this game, even watching the trailer. Because this is me now. I am an awful human who can't get over things. And everybody listening to this podcast, I know you're evolved, and you would see this trailer and you'd be like, "Ooh, 10 out of 10s. I'm buying this game and playing it." I never, ever would have ever played this game, and it would have been my loss. And it's because of you and how you talked about it and how you wrote about it, and then how you interviewed. I read that interview that you did with Remy, Mr. Siu. I even looked him up. He's a very impressive person, and it shows like this game is so impressive, and the team that they had working on it really. It's amazing what they've done, and I think it's one of those things that could only be fully realized as a video game.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
agree.
Just so good.
Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. But
thank you. I owe you. I owe you again. I mean, there's so many things. We could have a list. We should do that one day of the games that I would have never even heard of if it weren't for you. And it doesn't have anything to do with GoNintendo. Like, you'd be looking this stuff up anyway and talking about it anyway. So
it's true. I would be annoying outside of the podcast.
But I'd be not annoying at all. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't know about this stuff, and it's a shame because it really is special. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say if you have the means, I highly recommend picking it up.
You just said something that I went into my X chat with Remy to read to you, and I forgot what you said that made me go in here and look for something.
Something about the team, or that he was impressive. He's done other
Don't
things.
break it up.
Maybe.
The team,
don't-
the team.
Because that's one thing that I really liked about the interview is that he was constantly praising the team. You could tell that they were kind of close knit and like everybody had, a hand in it. And it was kind of amazing to me that it seemed like they grew the story. It was almost gardened.
How he described how they did the story was fascinating to me.
I
Because
thought it
would
was
have
fascinating.
never expected that they crafted such a tale like this in that manner.
I
Because you're
would-
right, it's like it grew as they went on. Like
I
I was
feel-
shocked.
You get the feeling, especially after you're done, that like somebody had this from start to finish in their head. And when you read that interview, they were kind of like I said, growing it, doing like the gardener style of writing, where they planted some seeds and they didn't even know where they were going with it. And it's really incredible what they achieved.
I remember what it was. I apologize in advance. I don't remember the podcast, but there's a podcast that is like a book club podcast, but they play games, and they're doing 1000 Resist right now. And everybody on the podcast is playing like a chapter at a time, and then they record a podcast to discuss their thoughts and what they came across and all that stuff.
That's
If
brilliant.
you go follow Remy on Twitter, I believe he tweeted about it, or I'm sorry, on X. Either he did or the official 1000 Resist X account did. You can follow Remy at REMYSIU if you want to keep up to date on all things 1000 Resist, or you can just go follow 1000 Resist. But yes, I want to check out that podcast because I'm like, that's a really interesting way to play it. But again, thank you for the kind words, and I'm absolutely ecstatic that you played it and enjoyed it that much. So that's great. That's great. Now we just
Do
need
you
more people. to
feel
know
like
about it.
you can
I feel this.
play something else now, or are you trapped in that zone?
I feel like I could play something else, but it would have to be like
Beautiful graphics.
pretty light. Yeah, it'd have to look great. No, it would have to be pretty lighthearted. Like as far as like something of substance, like it's going to be a long time till something can like kind of live up to that experience, probably for me. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the last couple of the last maybe chapter was probably like I don't even want to say anything actually. Like it was all great. It was it was great. It didn't hit me like it did RMC, where like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to play anything for a while, but it's strong enough where it's one of the best like story-driven games that I've played. Yeah, it was great. Nicky, I know you've got a backlog of things, and you probably
It's
were
in
thinking of
It's
playing
in
it.
I
Nicky,
bought
I
it.
know.
I already bought it.
Yeah, I just I know you're gonna
Get
like
to
it, but it's
The
it's
problem is every time I sit down, I was reading a book. Every time I'd sit down to read, I'd fall asleep. Every time I'd sit down to watch something, I'd fall asleep. And I don't want to do that here
Why don't you play it when you wake up?
because I got other things to do.
You
I
got
don't know.
a lot of excuses.
I do.
Play it on your walk with Sally.
How?
You have a Switch.
That's not safe.
Yeah.
Portable.
It's a terrible idea.
You know
I'm
what
just trying to give
Street Bread
answers
Sally
here. You
would get a
can't. You
hold
fall
of?
asleep. You can't play when you wake up. You got things to do. I said, and I thought to myself, when has he got free time? When he's walking the dog. And I thought,
But that's
maybe
not
play
free
then.
time. That's
How about while
active
you're driving?
Oh
engagement.
my god!
Maybe
So
while you're
all
driving.
right,
While
don't
I'm
play it. You have no time. Don't play it. You're gonna fall
No,
asleep.
mom brain's right. I'll play a little bit when I'm driving. None of those new digital signs say anything about not playing a Switch while you're driving.
That's true.
Right.
It's true.
They say, if you're slow like a sea turtle, get out of the left lane. That's what they say. They say there's no summer vacation in jail. That's what they say. They
That's
don't
what
say
they
talking
say.
about that one.
they
We
don't
were-
say switch lanes, not game system.
Mom brain and I had a conversation
Drink
about
and
that
drive.
summertime jail
Hang
one.
10 to 20. No, sorry.
Ooh. Well, thank you, Do. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. What have you been playing, RMC?
Thank you for asking. I played Fortnite. We talk about Fortnite all the time. You don't need to hear more from me, but I will say I got some great headshots with the sniper rifle because the sniper rifle's back this time or this week, and I am loving it. I played Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble.
Oh, yeah?
I'm about, I think, halfway through it.
Did you download it?
Yes. I like it. I miss the era of Super Monkey Ball when levels weren't really themed. It was just like, here's a funky colored level and like there's some background behind you. And it's like, okay, now, it was like very early 2000s where it was like the music was drum and bass and jungle and the level designs were very like not the level designs, but the level aesthetics were very like Fruitager Arrow, to put it in a more modern term.
Sorry, say that again.
Fruitager Arrow.
What is that?
Look it up. Look it up.
You'll love it. It's great.
And I really liked
I come
when
here for homework.
AERO.
Apparently, I want to hang out with friends and I get homework.
I
Look it
really
up.
like
Look it up.
when that you asked me what it was.
Sorry, say that again. Monty.
Fruitager Arrow.
AERO.
AERO. I really liked when Monkey Ball had those style, like that aesthetic and that audio. It really did it for me. So, Monkey Ball in more modern eras, it's been like, it's a farm theme set of levels. It's the Great Wall of China theme set of levels. It's, I don't know, an amusement park set of themed levels. I don't like that aesthetic. I also don't think the music is very good. But the gameplay of rolling the ball around, the stage designs that they have this time are really good. I really like them. I'm not a big fan of the boost ball that they have now. Now you can hold the B button down to do a boost. I don't really use it unless I have to. Sometimes you do have to use it. I just like all out bog standard ball rolling, a Coral Rim Power, an original Monkey Ball. I just like, give me the mazes or puzzles, whatever you want to call them, the obstacle courses, and give me the ball and I roll it, and that's all that I need. But I am enjoying this game. I have tried multiplayer. I think the multiplayer is bad. I don't like the multiplayer. I don't think there's really any good games in multiplayer, which is disappointing. But I play Monkey Ball for the stages and the getting through the obstacle courses, and I am enjoying this one much more than I have many others in recent memory. So I would say it's a good to great game so far from that perspective. So I played that. Also, Mom Brain was around when I got a very special email. Boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna look it up now just so I make sure I read it to you as I got it. As you know, on GoNintendo, I cover all games, and it includes covering games that some people never ever talk about because they don't know about them or they don't, there's no marketing budget or whatever. And one of those games was Poom Poom, which you might remember because we talked about it on the podcast and I posted about it on the site. It was an adult-oriented game. Well, the team behind Poom Poom got in touch because they were very happy I talked about their game. And they said, hey, GoNintendo team, want hot, sexy, naked girls on your Switch? Poom Poom makes your dreams come true. Stunning art by famous Korean artist Yarn Spectrum. Probably not their God-given name.
They had Yarny Speck doing the art there?
Local multiplayer support, wonderful graphics, addictive gameplay, no censorship. And I said, here's the key for you. And I said, check it out. Let us know what you think. So
you gave it to
It
your
said-
hentai correspondent.
it comes out August 8th.
Stick it in.
So I'm playing an
Your
advanced
credit card number, that is.
I'm playing an advanced copy of Poom Poom.
I'd say you're playing it advanced.
So it's a match. I like that it stresses that it has local multiplayer support, so we could get together and play.
Something about that cracked me up. That I want to get my friends together and look at naked ladies dance.
It's funny because we would have done that with restricted channels when we were 10 and looked at snowy TV boobs, but imagine it living in an age where we're 10 and you have a game like that and you're just like, come on, guys, we'd be playing it all night long.
Yep. So I did play some. It is match 3. It does some things that I haven't seen a match 3 do before. So, it's not a match 3. What am I saying? It's a match 2. So you find two exactly the same icons. So it's
It's a match.
they're all stupid icons, like a floppy disk or a laser gun or a jewel or whatever. If you find two of them that can be connected with 3 lines or less, so you're drawing straight lines, not diagonal. So if you were to connect the two and one's in the upper left-hand corner with some crap around it and other one's in the bottom right-hand corner with some crap around it, as long as there's spaces on the grid for you to draw 3 or less lines to connect them to each other, they will get cleared off the board. Also, on top of that, your line can go outside of the board to connect. So you're thinking outside of the grid space as well. So 2 mechanics that are kind of interesting for a matching game. I've never seen them anywhere else.
When do we get to the nudity?
So what I will say is the sound effects are terrible. The music doesn't match at all. The music's not the music's not the music's not bad, but it doesn't fit the game at all. The match 3, as I said, is kind of interesting. The artwork, if you look, adults only, I guess, look up, what was his name? Spectrum Yarn. the artwork is very like highly detailed. It's not like this isn't like your standard hentai game or anything. It's not even anime art. It's a Korean art. But it's like the art's really like if you're just looking at it from a character perspective, as far as like level of sophistication and detail in the drawing, there's a lot of work that goes into these drawings. Like they're very highly detailed, and they're I don't know how to describe it. You see it a lot in mobile games. They're animated where they're not really animated as in they don't have keyframes, but they're animated as in like somebody took the art and like stretched and skewed it. It's like kind of like a Tim and Eric thing. So like, you know, the arms will move or like the legs will move, but they're just kind of like bending to a degree that still looks normal, but it's like wiggly. So it's not really animation. But anyway, you clear a board, the character gets more nude. You clear a board, the character gets even more nude. That's how the game works. So that's what it is.
So not as graphic as Honey Pop, but kind of graphic because it's a little more detailed.
It is much more detailed. I have not seen, to use the appropriate terms, I have not seen the illness, but I have seen the ill-na-nas. So I don't know if you can see vagina in the game. You can see boobs, but I
What
believe
about the
that
finishing shots?
no one's having sex with these women. They're just posing.
So Honey Pop, folks, for all those
There's
out
no
there.
popping in this. It's just looking.
No, I'm saying Honey Pop over this game, folks. For the
Honey Pop, without a doubt, is the better game. Honey Pop is well written. Honey Pop is funny. Honey Pop has a much better match 3 game without a doubt.
Still not on Switch and won't be coming to Switch.
Well, you know, it's not on Switch, but I have seen games that have shown more than Honey Pop has on Switch. So
What's going on there?
see, if Honey Pop, I think what might be going on is if Honey Pop went to Switch, there would be like, that would get a lot of attention. If No Name Hentai Game goes to Switch, nobody's paying. People are paying attention to his games. The people that are paying attention to him aren't talking about him. They're not like, you know, they're not coming up in discussion. But like Honey Pop broke out into the greater game discussion. So if Honey Pop was coming to a system, that would be, you know, there would be discussion about it.
I got you.
So that's just a guess. I don't know, but it would never go to PlayStation. I can guarantee that because PlayStation gets censored versions of Switch games all the time.
That's right.
But as far as match games go, it's fine. It does do some interesting things. You know, it's a shallow experience. You're there to see the naked girls. You can zoom in and out on the portions of the pictures that you want, whatever they may be. The artwork's really nice. I honestly think the artwork's very nice, but I think that's very nice. But there you go. That's my time with Poom Poom. I'm not done with it yet.
Oh,
And that's all I'll say about that. I played that.
can't trade in that game.
Can't. Well, it's digital. Can't.
It's been
No
flagged.
Poom Poom physical yet. I played that. I played Super Monkey Ball.
So basically, what you're saying is 1000 Resist was so good that you have to start small with like porno games.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't connect the two at all, so it certainly helps. Oh yes, I also played Star Wars Hunters, which is one I've been meaning to get around to play. If you don't know, Star Wars Hunters has been in development for like 5 years or something. It's from Zynga, the mobile company Zynga. It's available on mobile and Switch. It is a free-to-play 5-on-5. What do you call those games? You know, shooters. It's a third-person shooter, but 2 teams, 5-on-5. And I had heard people playing it, and they're like, well, this game's kind of pretty good. So I had heard things about it. I finally got a chance to play it. And son of a bitch, this game's pretty good. It's like Overwatch if you don't want to get bogged down by all the Overwatch intricacies. It's just like, get in there, pick the character you want because they got a gun you like or they got an ability you like, and you just shoot and fight another real team. I went in thinking like, let me give this a shot. Let's see how it is, and I'll come back to it another day. And I played like 2 hours. I was like, one more match. It's good. It's legit good.
Respawn during the match.
Yeah, it's that. So I don't know what other modes are going to unlock as I go through it because I was just playing the first main mode. So it's first to 20 points win. Every kill is a point. So that's it. You die, you come back. So there's healing characters, there's assault characters, there's more like, you know, quick, nimble characters. You pick what you want. You unlock different skins for them. There's a paid battle pass if you want. I'm not going to do that. There's a free battle pass as well. There's some really, it's, as far as I know, it's all original characters. You get like there's a stormtrooper in there, but then there's a whole bunch of other characters I've never seen.
So it's like Fortnite, but with Star Wars character, kind of, but like not as fun as Fortnite.
It's a different kind of fun. It's like legit really fun. Matches go very quickly. You're like in and out, and probably I want to say 10 minutes is pushing it. Like it's the first to 20 kills. Maps are much smaller. Like it's you and one other team. You're going at each other the whole time. And every character has like a special ability. So like the guy I was playing as has like it charges up the more you're killing people. It's like what's his face's rocket pack, where it shoots out of his back.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, except that you shoot like a string of like 20 of them out of your back, and they do massive damage. I got like a grapple that I can use to connect the points in the map and pull myself over there really quickly, or pull myself up into like trees and stuff. Yeah, short, quick-paced matches in small maps. It's fun.
It's first person?
Third person.
Third.
It is fun. It is free. I say if you're a Star Wars fan, or if you're a fan of like very easy to get into 5-on-5 battles, like in and out very quickly. It's fun. I legit had to stop myself from playing more because I kept thinking, just one more. And, as you're playing, you go through the free battle pass and you get stuff like, here's a different skin. You can level up this ability. Here's a different gun type. And I was like, oh, all right. So
is it cross-platform?
All platforms play together. So it's Android, iOS, and Switch all together. That's the only places you can get it.
Oh.
What's up?
No, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
What am I putting down?
Well, you're not meaning to put it down, but I'm picking up what I need.
What are you picking up?
I don't know. What do you think I'm picking up?
I don't know.
You would play
That's
it
why
on
I'm
a
asking.
different system.
Yeah, I was asking because I thought it might be on like the PlayStation and the Xbox, and I figured if I were to play it, I'd play it on those because it probably looks better than on the Switch. But you're telling me it's on the Switch and iOS devices, so
play it on iOS if you want the best graphics.
Or it doesn't have the best graphics.
It's honestly, it's a really nice looking game. I was surprised to a degree where I was like, oh, like it has really strong character designs in it. Like I mean, look up a trailer. It's a really nice looking
but it's
game
not
with very strong character designs.
It's not like Battlefront where you're
what I
playing
would
as a
say?
stormtrooper or as Han Solo.
You can play
or...
as a stormtrooper, but again, it's like a no-name stormtrooper. But then there's other all original, like you can play as a Wookiee, but it's not Chewbacca, and you can play as like a Jedi or a Sith, but they're not characters they were, or I don't know them.
Yeah.
Either they're from expanded lore or they were created for this game. But yeah, it's a very strong art style, and it works really well for the game. I think it's a very nice looking game. I would argue special effects, Fortnite's Leagues Beyond. Artistic approach, Star Wars, this game is better, hands down. I would say this has a much stronger character design element to it. And you're visiting locations that are either from movies that or inspired by
Hoth
the planets
and
there.
Endor,
So like you're
and
up in the trees, or you're in like a cantina area, or so it's not exact places from, but it's planets So I really liked it. I was shocked at how much I liked it. And as I said before I played it, I knew about the game and I was interested in free to play. Why not give it a shot? I was reading really positive impressions of the game and I was like, well, let's see how it shakes out. And I'm going to keep playing it. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. So
how does it compare to Metroid Prime Hunters?
I liked Hunters, but Hunters was hindered by the platform it was on, I would say, especially control-wise. I did like Hunters, but this is much easier to pick up and play and much quicker paced. Like, yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it.
Is Samus in the game?
No Samus in this game.
And Nintendo can't
There's a bounty
sue
hunter.
for the name, the title.
Oh, because they have Hunter in it. That was your joke?
I mean, it wasn't a joke. It was
I
real.
never picked up on it. No, there's Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Well, I mean, it's not called Turok Hunters.
It is not called Turok Hunters.
Yeah,
That's
thank
true.
you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
He's right.
Check and mate.
Is it just because it's a plural Hunters? Or is this a joke or is this real? That's what I should ask.
Okay, Metroid Prime Hunters is the name of that game, right?
Yes.
And then Star Wars Hunters is the name of this game, right?
Yes.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It seems
No, I
like
was asking-
Hunters is the...
I get it. I'm asking, is this a joke or are you being real?
I mean, I'm obviously joking.
Oh, okay. I
It's
didn't
just
know.
not
I
funny.
didn't know.
So, but there is a development.
didn't know.
There's a document that they have from development that shows.
Crossed out Metroid.
Yeah. Well, no, but so they have Star Wars hunters. They also had Bill hunters and
That's
Dong
funky
hunters.
Hunter Holiday.
Funky hunters.
Yeah.
Funky Hunters.
Take that one for free, Nintendo.
Man Hunters and Boy Hunters.
Boy Hunters. There's pushback on Boy Hunters.
Hunter Boy and Hunter Man.
There you go. That's what I played. Let's get into questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. PT's got a question. What do you think happened to non-specific action figure? What a time for you to ask that, PT. I don't know why, but just this week I saw the picture that I had saved of non-specific action figure. It's like I was destined to be asked this question.
What is this?
Way back with Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS, there was a promo video that Nintendo did that had a little action figure in it that they made up that fans deemed the non-specific action figure. And it was like, put him in Smash Brothers. It became like a whole big meme for Nintendo fans. And then, not shortly, like 6 months after that E3 happened, the chatter died. The internet moves fast. The chatter died down. So what happened to him? He's been forgotten to the annals of time, my friend. Only you and I are talking about him. Nobody else remembers the guy. So I do. Blue and red guy and weird looking. And yep, people made images pretending he was going to be announced for Smash Brothers. It was all, there he is. There you go. Non-specific action figure. Part of Nintendo history for the real dorks out there.
That's
and me
really
and you,
funny.
PT, I'm glad somebody else remembers them.
And everyone's complaining there's no new Nintendo IP.
You had that guy.
Yeah, you had that guy.
How many years have I been asking to put Sebastian Toot in something else, and they haven't done it? So if Sebastian Toot isn't getting in it, and he was in one game, non-specific action figure isn't going to get it because he was never in a game.
Where was this shown?
It was in a promo video for like an E3. Nintendo did.
For which?
It's so bizarre that they do that.
Generation?
Wii U 3DS generation.
Doesn't that seem weird that they would do something like that?
You'd have to look up the video. No, it was like their Robot Chicken era that they were doing all that stuff.
I love that. It's like, oh, we got to cover up these facial features. Let's just cut out some pieces of paper and put some eyes and a mouth on them.
Yep.
Probably why we didn't see him again. We also have a Patreon question. Mom Brain, did you know that you could join a Patreon?
For $1.
$1. Mark Thulu did, and they asked multiple questions, so I'm asking just one of their questions today, and we'll get the others
Stingy.
next week. I'll ask the next one. The next week I'll ask. Hi, Thromo. Good to see you. Mark Thulu says, "What's something you've changed your mind about recently?" Great question. Seems like something. I guess most recently would be Doctor Who, because I watched and I didn't like, and by the end of the show. By the end of this season or series, as they say, even though a lot of the episodes were misses for me, and during the show I was like, I'm not sticking with this. At the end of the show, I was like, I'll consider myself a Doctor Who fan. I'll go with the next season from here on out, and we'll see what happens. So that's what most recently, that's what I've changed my mind about. You guys change your mind about something recently, or most recently, what did you change your mind about?
I feel like I have something.
In here,
I feel like I do have something, and I just can't think of it.
I feel like we're chipping away at you and Salty Sweet.
Well, we did sort of refine it to I'm more open to Salty Sweet in a lot of areas than I thought. My biggest gripe is chocolate. With salty things.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Like
salted,
candy with salty
caramel.
things. Candy with salt is a no. So chocolate and salt, no. Caramel and salt, no.
So take fives.
No.
Just not into it.
Pretzels.
Wow, that's my
chocolate.
favorite.
Take fives are great.
What about like chocolate covered? I mean, they're not chocolate covered almonds. Don't have salt.
Chocolate. You put chocolate and salt. It's a no.
I love a peanut butter M&M. But a peanut M&M is a no-go for me.
Those peanut butter M&Ms, my God. I mean, I've had them before and they were great, but just having them in the house, I was like, why are we not eating these all the time? They're fantastic.
But it'll come to me. There's something that I think middle school. I didn't teach middle school until this year, and I was like, no middle school, and now I love it.
Yeah,
You
that's
too?
great.
Change your mind about anything? Anything coming to mind?
I have no idea. I never have anything come to mind other than like control schemes.
Okay.
But that changes every time I pick up a controller.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, nothing I can remember changing my mind on. I mean, I'm working on some personal behavioral issues, but it's it's not really changing my mind.
I'm
like
changing
this.
my mind on changing my mind.
Yeah, it's more like I'm trying to be less of a judgmental jerk about nothing. And it's a slow process, but that's not really changing my mind. I guess it's changing my
It's
mindset.
changing your mind.
Hey,
like you're
it's a
like
slow
Yeah.
process.
bigger.
It's
Yeah.
a slow process, but it's a great one. And like I always say, not a lot of people do it. So good for you.
Yeah.
Takes work, takes a lot of focus.
Did I see a doodle in that chat as in a drawing? Mombre?
It was a private message, and it's great.
Is it of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure, well, then it's up to you. If they want me to use it for the podcast, I will. Okay, then. There's your answers, Fishbowl. Now let's do music. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
Put music in the title and help out your local mom brain.
Help.
Why? Thank you. I'm just
Oh, I gotta do
I'm
my
sending
thing.
a message. Okay, here I go.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh. Is that what I sound like?
It sure is.
That's what you sound like.
Here goes.
That is what I sound like. Oh, I've changed my mind on that.
There you go.
Gosh.
We have something.
Okay. Song number 1
One
for
out of
this
9.
week comes from Autumnal Bleak.
Focus all attacks. Mario and Donkey Kong something?
No,
Is it first party?
I think it might be.
Mario and Bill Kong?
Let me double check.
Is it a menu from something?
I don't know.
Oh!
It's using instruments from WarioWare, but it's not a WarioWare.
Developed
That's a Sega noise.
developers include Level 5, 1UP Studio.
Oh, okay.
And-
Okay. Too many. Too
Now
much information.
I am very familiar with the composer.
It's level 5.
I don't know
Professor
why,
Layton,
but
but it's not that. It's like there's something with wonderful in it.
no.
Oh, what's that? All right, let's just guess level 5 stuff. Yokai Watch.
No.
It's that god. I can look it up. What am I saying? Fantasy Life.
That is correct.
There we go.
Wow.
We got there.
It was Fantasy Life.
We did get there.
We did.
And that came from Autumnal
We're
Bleak.
really
we
good
all
at
agree.
this.
Yeah.
Here's one from Geku
We are
Kitsune.
great at getting there. Wow, that went in a different direction than I was expecting.
Yeah. All right. I know my video games. I'm gonna guess that this is Japanese.
Funny because Geku Kitsune said it's one of those weed games.
Yeah, of course it is. Turn it down. I mean, you can tell right away. I don't know how to describe it, but it's right there.
You don't need to.
I was gonna start singing in like
Boom, boom.
made up Japanese, which is gonna sound really offensive. So, I got nothing at all. A visual novel. That's what I got.
No. I don't think it is.
I'm giving up.
I give up.
Yes.
Come on, guys, we can get there.
It was Bleach Shattered Blade on the Wii U.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Bleach?
Bleach. I wouldn't have expected that for Bleach. That Bleach game is coming to Switch July 11th.
That's what got you.
How about it?
I haven't
Okay.
watched Bleach. That's an anime I've never watched.
Here's one from Guy Bones.
It's Game Boy.
It is.
Is it Mega Man?
It is.
Just one?
Mm-mm.
2,
Nope.
3.
Yep.
No good at the.
It's Mega Man 3 on the
Game
Game
Boy
Boy from
ones.
Guy Bones.
My weak spot.
We got there, dude.
We did. We did.
Okay.
Every week we're just getting better and better.
One moment, please. This one comes to us from Anastasia Beaverhausen.
Focus all attacks.
Affordable.
Yes,
Is it like a Barbie or?
it is.
Wow.
I feel like
I mean, I think that should
Anastasia
be-
generally sends in like
I don't know the names of Barbie.
it's either
games.
like Rats or Barbie or
Barbie.
Barbie
What do we got?
horse designer.
Oh, well, it is.
Pony
Horse adventure.
It
Pony
is.
adventure.
It's more exciting
stable.
than a horse.
Unicorn.
Not quite as exciting as a unicorn.
Clydesdale.
What do you call that fancy horse riding?
No,
Equestrian.
What is that?
that's not it. Dressage.
Dressage. More exciting than a pony, less exciting than a unicorn. What the hell does that mean? Donkey.
I mean, in my
Fantasy.
estimation.
Guinea pigs.
No,
No, is it another animal?
it's still an animal of equine.
What's more
nature.
exciting than a regular horse? 2
Capybara?
horses. Barbie, 2 horses.
Donkey. Emu.
No, it's a horse. It's some kind of horse.
Zebras.
No.
See, I'll take that. What's more exciting than a regular horse but isn't a unicorn?
So like those
Pegasus.
Budweiser horses.
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Oh,
Barbie and the magic of Pegasus.
Nice job, Nicky.
Beautiful.
We
Wow.
got
From
there.
Anastasia
Yeah, you did get there.
Beaverhausen.
Holy crap.
This one comes to us from No Blades, No Bows.
Oh, come on.
Battletoads.
You got it.
We got there.
That rare drum. That's a good sounding drum for the NES.
I couldn't even think of the name Battletoads.
Fighting frogs.
Battle Kongs.
Here's one from Jet Jaguar.
Oh
Focus
my
on
god.
attacks.
The real deal.
Dumpkin Spice.
It's a real stanky track. We'll get there.
It's Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color.
License. Let's do that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, of course.
Is it Ultra Games or what do they call them?
I always just go with Jurassic Park.
Konami.
Come on, what does this sound like?
I don't know.
What license would this be? It's like a
Is it a military
it's like
story?
Extreme sports or something.
Kind of.
Or monster truck racing.
Kind of military?
No, kind of
Oh,
extreme.
extreme- oh, it's a Tony Hawk.
It is.
I don't know. 1, 2.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the Game Boy Color.
Is that a
Skater
real
2.
song? Is that a version of a real song?
I doubt it.
It sounds like the band Morphine or something.
This one comes from Storvis Corbin.
I know this.
I know this.
Yes, you do. Please hurry. It hurts my ears.
Why do we know this?
Why do I know?
I feel like I know it too. Is it ghostly of some sort?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Ghosts and
it's,
Goblins.
it's that weird Resident Evil.
It is.
The Game Boy Color Resident Evil. I don't.
Yep. I'll take it.
Gaiden?
Yeah.
There we go.
Man,
From Storvis Corbin.
I don't know why I know that because I never played that.
But I'm sure you know Resident Evil, so I'm sure
Big
it's
time.
got
Blood.
like
It's
a
in your blood.
Yeah, I probably watched like a video on it or
got a
something.
vibe.
Because we got there.
That's
We
right.
got there.
This one's from Nico Darunia.
Super Monkey Ball.
No,
Oh, sorry. Finally.
don't be fooled.
Okay, so she says, "Don't be fooled." This is a Yoshi song, but I guess it's not Yoshi.
That's right.
Smash Brothers,
No.
Mario Party,
Uh-uh.
Mario Wonder.
It's Mario nothing.
Oh, Captain Toad.
Picross.
Nope.
Picross.
Nope.
It's Mario nothing. Nintendo Land. She
Mario
said it's
Kart?
not Mario, and I was just going to say something else
Was it
Mario.
Yoshi? Is it Yoshi something?
But it's not like Crafted World or anything. It's not a Yoshi
Nope.
anything.
Nintendo World, Nintendo Life.
I
What was
said
it?
Nintendo Land. I guess Picross.
Is it something? Is it a?
Wii Music.
Is it like a channel?
What's this one? This has like a Wii or a Wii U
This
era.
is on the Wii U, and this is DLC for a game.
Wii U should make it so easy. Mario Kart. Did we guess that? We did. And
It's
it's Mario.
Mario.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's bad.
Is it a platformer?
Probably.
Probably. Who did partnerships with Nintendo during the Wii U? Who was nice enough? It's got to be a short list. Ubisoft, and this ain't Ubisoft.
Probably Sega.
Sega's the only.
Yep.
All right, so that narrows it
Oh,
down. Sonic
no,
something.
well, it can't be Mario and Sonic.
That's
at the
right.
Olympic
It's
Games.
Sonic.
What was that? Give me a second.
Oh, it's not Mario.
Okay,
It's not a Mario, but
Sonic
it's Sonic
Adventure.
and Mario at the Olympic
Give me a
Games.
second. It's got the dinosaurs in it.
Yeah.
Sonic
Lost
Fox
World.
Adventures.
Yep. Sonic Lost World.
Great
I'm
job.
thinking
Dinosaurs, Yoshi, you know. Great job from Nico
got
Darunia.
there.
This one's from Jess I.
Boom. This is also familiar.
Yeah, you played it. And I'm pretty sure Du played it.
Oh no! Can you turn it up?
1,000
And Nicky
resist.
might have.
Is this first party?
I don't think so.
No More Heroes 3.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't even play it, right?
I have not played it.
We got there.
Man, I don't recognize it, but I like.
We went straight there.
It was from Jess I. You got there. You got there fast. And the last song I have for us for today is from Colt.
Donkey Kong.
No.
Funky Kong. Bill Kong.
Bill Kong.
William Kong.
Turok Kong.
I
Is it a
got it.
fighting game?
It is
What system? I can't even place it.
64.
Okay, we
Killer
can work
Instinct?
with that. Bio Freaks.
No.
Mortal Kombat.
No.
Oh, that sounded very Mortal Kombat. Did you say Killer Instinct?
It's not Killer Instinct.
Something about gods.
Nope.
SNK.
Dead or Alive?
What?
Balls.
Heck, no. What was that? Oh, it's gonna be that game, and I can't remember the name.
I doubt it.
Mace: The Dark Ages.
Nope.
Is this licensed?
It is.
Your way you're talking. What a licensed fighting game, Jesus. Power Rangers.
That should narrow it down, right?
Yeah, a lot.
WWE. WWF.
Oh, I never think of those as
And
fighting games.
NC,
Think of them as wrestling
NCW, and what is,
WCW versus NWO.
You got
There
it.
we go.
Nice job, guys.
We got there.
Revenge. Bash at the beach.
Yeah, whenever she says fighting, I
Revenge.
don't think wrestling.
I mean,
it's
I
automatically
guess.
out. No, you're
And guess
not
what,
wrong.
everybody? We have a bad game description.
By the way, we
Ooh.
got 9 out of 10.
Excellent
6
job.
out of 9.
6 out of
6 out of
9.
9, babies.
Just one little challenge for you guys this week from our friend Freddie Fro. Here's the description. God-fearing young man attempts to run away from home, but his papa won't let him, so he tries again and again and again.
Neon White.
No,
Ah,
there
Jesus.
is a hint, so
No hint already.
Binding of Isaac?
God-fearing young man tries to run away from home, but his father won't. let him.
Hades.
that's correct.
Hey, there we go.
Great job. And thank you, Freddie Fro,
We
for
got
keeping
there.
that section
the again
alive.
and
Got
again and again
there.
part. That's good. That's good. And that's all we got.
I have a birthday card to open from Nikki Hill.
Yeah, we got a birthday coming up. Josh, A little quiet, but go for it, please.
Oh, hold on, Josh. I don't have you properly wired in. Thanks for waiting, Josh.
That's right. I saw this.
I had to go back for another.
Thank you, Josh. Extra
Thank
loud
you
that time
so
too.
much.
You're
and
welcome.
a little Taco
Ooh.
Bell for me. And
T-Bell.
give Sally a little squinch from me.
I will.
Thank you.
Isn't that
Happy
sweet?
birthday.
And
Happy
Kevin is
birthday.
judging my birthday choices.
That's so funny.
But Nicky Hill makes a point to say, don't let him yuck your yum.
Very
I
nice.
don't know who you're talking about.
He's not a yum yucker.
The jerk cat, I guess. He's a crap cat. I guess that's all we got.
Yeah, I think that's
Listen.
probably it.
Everyone listening, I don't care what time of the week you listen to this. Go out and celebrate Mom Brain's birthday.
Mom birthday.
Mom Brain's
I
birthday.
think
Real
my
birthday
mom-
is the 30th.
I think my mom was listening to the podcast because I got a Venmo from my mom while we're podcasting.
No.
Happy birthday. She just, we've gotten to the point in life where I just get Venmoed money
No,
for
she
my
wouldn't
birthday.
do that. Yeah, that's it. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
She wouldn't
Thanks
do that.
for
She doesn't listen to the
listening, and-
podcast.
There
We'll
might
see-
be, I
Oh.
mean, there might be some.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We'll just have to wait and see.
Deux Views. It's never news.
Rumor of the week with
Do Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the spiders and the flies to tell me information that I will read to you right now. Now, normally these are rumors, and they're the most. What's that rumor guy that was debunked last week?
Oh, Pioro.
They are the ones that got past Pioro, baby,
Whoa.
and then some others as well.
We
So
got multiple rumors this week.
no, I thought when I
also
said
don't understand what's
when
going
I
on.
said they got past him, then I thought, oh wait, last
Okay.
week a whole bunch of real things got past him, and then I was
Yes.
like, oh crap, and I'm gonna read something that's like totally real right now and not stupid at all. So, regardless,
smoother every week.
this we need to come up with a recording, and then I don't have to do this.
No. This is why it's the best.
So again, normally these are rumors. This one happens to be true, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
And it also happens to be similar, related to a story we talked about earlier today.
So loud.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we heard about the Super Monkey Ball sequel that just came out. Well, did you know there's a sequel to that sequel coming out soon?
Wow.
And it has to do with Baby Kong Baby Ball. What's his name?
I
Baby.
is his name.
Baby Ball.
Just baby. I think.
Baby. is his name.
Baby. You remember how he went into the future and came back to the past? Well, he overshot the past, baby, and he went even further. And you know where he ended up? He ended up seeing his grandpa balls from Marble Madness. And yeah, the blue ball and the other ball that's in there, whatever the
Red.
color.
We
Is it
know
red?
it's red.
Seems like it. They
There's
are.
also black in there.
Yeah, so those are the grandparents' balls of the
Oh,
monkey
grand
balls. The grand balls of the monkey balls, and he went back in time to see that, and it's got a really great name. It's called Super Monkey Ball Banana Hammock Panic, and basically you play as Baby to meet your grandparents, and they don't say much, and then you have to become the highest roller.
So all that time when we were playing Marble Madness, we had no idea that there were monkeys inside of those balls.
That's exactly the origin.
What madness.
What? That's the madness. You're right. Oh my god.
Wow.
It all makes sense. Thank you very much, dude. Wow, what a scoop this
I
week.
do
Yeah.
like Banana Hammock Panic.
And you
When
said
yes.
you said it was true, right?
Oh yeah, this
Okay,
one's true.
one's true. Wow.
Every time the spiders and flies bring it across my desk, it always sounds a lot truer in my head. And then when I say it at the end of the show, they don't sound as true,
But
but
no, we believe you.
but it's
true.
still true.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Do we appreciate it. Mom Brain, again, happy early birthday.
Thank you very much.
28 years old. Can't believe it.
42? Is that where we are?
The meaning of life,
That's where
42.
we are.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is, sadly.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Mom Brain, can you read this text? Read these 3 texts in this group chat here, and you make sense of those.
Out loud.
No, not out loud. There was something I was going to talk about, but anybody have anything after show you want to?
Well, I finished
Can you answer?
Project
I don't know
Hail
what that
Mary.
means. Oh,
Yeah, I had some issues with it. I'm going back and forth, but then I like settled into it, and I really enjoyed it. I won't really talk about it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I don't know if I really want to see it as a movie. There's like too much
Well,
there.
great news. You don't have to,
Why?
because you don't have to watch it.
Because no
Oh,
one's going
right.
to force you.
Yeah. Come on.
No, I mean,
Today's
it
the
just
day
seems
you're
like
going.
there's like so much there for that just to be like a
Well,
2
I would
hour,
imagine
2.5
that's how most people feel about most books get turned
Yeah.
into the movies. When somebody was like, "We're doing Lord of the
Edit,
Rings," they're probably like,
edit.
"What?"
But I enjoyed it. It was not what I expected, and I think that's great. When something's been around for a little while, it's only been around for a year or two, and right, a couple of years maybe.
I don't
It
know.
may actually be a little longer, but something's been around. It's been happening with me in like movies too. Something's been around for a while, and you go to experience it, and it you realize it hasn't been spoiled for you. Like that's pretty great.
Speaking of no spoilers,
Cover.
you watching The Bear?
Yes,
How
2
far are you?
episodes in.
I watched the first episode. Oh no, I watched 3 episodes now. I'm 3 episodes.
Yeah.
in. Are you enjoying it?
I'm getting there. Like the first one was like very interesting because it was very recappy for things that we didn't
we'll
know
be
yet.
leaving.
So like you're learning new things, but it was also recapping kind of like where we've come from. The second one had me on edge, had me uncomfortable. That's
The second one was your classic Bear episode. It
Yeah.
felt like.
a little frustrating, but still, interesting. So yeah, we're in it. I didn't go back to like prior seasons, but I feel like they shot this probably after or like in the middle of shooting the Iron Heart or whatever it is, right? Which is
Iron
called?
Claw.
Iron Claw. So like there's really tight close-ups of Jeremy what is it? Jeremy Allen White,
I'm not good at
the
that.
main
Sure.
character,
Yes.
and his neck takes up half the shot, and I'm like, damn, man, like gotta take a day off.
Yeah,
All
I
that
want to
cutting up
know.
vegetables and stuff.
I want to know where he's getting these muscles. I've never seen him eat a thing. I mean, he throws everything out. He needs to be eating this protein, and then we got to show him doing push-ups or something. How is he so strong?
Yeah, when he was scrubbing the floor,
there you go.
I was like,
yeah.
holy
I was gonna say he did lots of scrubbing.
I guess
so that's
that's
probably,
exactly
and they're
what
doing
it
that
is.
every night.
That's
so-
exactly what it is. You're right.
Plus, he's like leaning down on a table and he's
Well,
getting really angry, so he's just like flexing his muscles
like,
the whole time.
working in a kitchen like that, it's a lot of like endurance and flipping those pans and
I mean,
stuff.
I could get
the heat, the sweat,
That's great. That's a great.
and then
picture.
instead of doing an ice bath, you just lock yourself in a freezer. Am I right? Or
that picture is exactly what the show is. You're right. Yeah, there's so many things I could talk about with the show, but I am loving this season. I think the third. I was of the camp that thought the episode that was like the dinner party and all that. I really liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. I actually liked the episode after that way more. But I'm going to be in the camp of season 3, episode 1. It's my favorite episode of the whole show so far. So I know not what this
There's
picture here.
One episode, maybe it was the third episode, has like a full score. It's like an orchestral score throughout the whole thing, and
I
it
watched-
felt like a
well,
classic.
that was the first one,
I watched
right?
I watched 3, and it wasn't in 3.
Maybe
either,
maybe
so
it's 4,
maybe
but
it's 4.
like so one of the episodes was like fully orchestrated, and it almost felt like an old Hollywood movie. I mean, the rest of the editing is normal, but
Yeah.
it's
One has
it
that
stuck
song
out
by
to me.
Trent Reznor and Atticus Finch. They do like a half-hour long song that doesn't end, which was
the
incredible.
first episode, I mean, it was beautiful. So much of it was just gorgeous. It just wasn't what I was expecting, I guess, when I went
A
into
lot
it.
of people are thrown off by that episode.
But,
that complaint is everywhere.
But like, it also brings you right up to speed to what's going on in his
It's
head.
kind of
That's
a recap.
my
and-
problem.
But
is
it's
that
not like it's a recap, but it's also like he wakes up the next day, or not even like after. Was it the first night? Does this take place like after their first opening night or something?
Probably.
And
yeah.
this is all basically going through him, and like it's all coming out through, wanting to make that list and wanting the non-negotiables, and also the planning and everything that's going on. But the thing that kept catching me is that music. I don't know if that's like part of a theme for the bear or something, but it kept sounding like pieces of Ori, the soundtrack from Ori, like Will o' the Wisp or The Blind Forest. I
didn't
don't
get
know. And I was just like, I kept getting caught up in that. But yeah, I mean, the whole second episode takes place in one room, right? You love that.
You watch the clock tick down in the back. Yeah, you see like in real time how long the episode's taking, which I thought was pretty cool. But doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
for
I
the
saw
episode.
the
just
clock.
thought
I
it was
didn't
cool.
see it ticking down. The digital clock,
ticking
right?
up, but yeah, it's just regular clock time going up.
I mean, I saw it in the background, but
that whole
I
episode
never,
plays out within like the half hour that the
I
clock.
never
is
saw
ticking.
it.
Man, yeah, it's good.
Full. I never saw it like a full shot of it.
Yeah, that's our after show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Enjoy your week.